Welcome everybody to the podcast, whatever. Word to your mama. Tell your neighbor. Ho, ho, ho. Thank you everybody. It's the last show. Last one for the year. Whatever, motherfuckers.
I don't know if Bruno would make it in the 90s, bro. What
really?
you think? What you think, bro? Like up there, like New York, bro? Would he make it?
Okay, you mean like make it in the 90s without the phones and technology that we have now? Like really make
Definitely
it in the 90s?
that. Definitely with Bruno that.
Bro, I would
don't,
fucking kill 90s.
Would you? Without all the tech?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah?
For sure.
Without being, because we had to go to the library or...
Bro, that's no problem with me.
Library, it was either you knew it in school or if you didn't, you had to go fucking learn a Dewey Decimal System and all that shit in the fucking thing.
But you know, Bruno's the type where I be
street
thinking...
knowledge.
Nah, street knowledge definitely.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You needed that.
Yeah.
So that in the 90s...
Yeah, but no. Here's the thing. If we're talking me, Bruno, from now back to the 90s, might be tougher. But like if I was in the 90s, bro, I would be a player.
I think he got a point only because...
Now.
No. Only because
people couldn't catch up as quick.
No, I think he had the mind, the innovative mind to go past
Hustle.
like 5 years before something came out. But that Bruno, me and you, we'd be fucked. We still hustling on the block.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna keep it real right now. Like we'd be on the block. You know, born he's hustling.
Yeah.
You know,
that's only if
he
had the same mentality he has now, but in the 90s.
No. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying
are you
like
asking a question from like you grew up in the 90s? Or you asking a question from the perspective, you're now 2020 with the mindset, but grew up in the 90s?
No, I'm asking like what we would think like him growing up with us in the 90s, like not the mindset we got
just
now.
Just
growing up in the 90s.
Yo, I would
being
survive.
the way you are. Yeah, you would. Yeah.
But I'd probably get shot.
No. You probably just have a lot of fights. I'd be like, yo, that Bruno, like, yo, he's fucking always doing something. And then, but everybody was doing something. So you would definitely, the 90s would probably been way better for you.
And what's this word? What's this word called app? He always be using this word called app. We don't even got that yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm talking about trust me,
yo.
I saw that.
To be honest, if I can pay, like I would give up everything. Like I always felt like, I wish I was doing my 20s in the 90s.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, if I was like born 73.
No, it's not even the 20s. You need to be like in the teens, going into your 20s.
Going to the 20s.
Yeah. Because that was the golden years for real.
That was the golden years. Yeah,
yes,
like being like 14, 15, rising up. And
in
then,
the 90s,
in the 90s and shit, because that's what like makes your foundation.
Yeah, that's what I would. I would give up everything to have that.
It was a different time. Like literally a different time.
Now is a different time. Now is like on this whole different level.
What do you mean?
But I think that like even now when you're talking about like to 2010s to 2020, like how hip hop or that whole street thing is going, it's also way different. But for the fact that back then, we didn't have like the whole social media. It was just like, all new, and that was like the whole difference and shit.
Bro,
yeah,
social
definitely.
media, bro. If you had AOL, you was the shit.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you had, yeah. That right
like,
there.
yo, don't fucking use a phone. You better not fucking use a phone.
My mom.
Yeah.
My mom's be tripping,
But
bro.
I tell you one thing. In Croatia, we were like 10 years back with the world.
With tech.
So, for example, when I was growing up, I did had a little bit of that, like this whole 90s vibe. We did had a little bit of with the technology as well, with the way parents would raise you. I mean, depends, where you're coming from. But like we did have, because what I noticed, I thought like there's a huge difference. For example, me and Kevin, there's a huge difference, like a 20 years almost difference, right? However, some things that he used to do when he was a kid, I also used to do when I was a kid, which was for me weird. And then I realized we as Croatians, like we were 10 years back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like there's like
for example, pagers
countries.
and thing. I remember still. I didn't use a pager, but I remember seeing pagers as a kid.
Oh, okay. Like
you know what I mean?
And like
no, like my dad had a pager.
Oh, people. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I remember vividly certain things. Or for example, phone calls. You only had a phone at the house.
Yep.
And if mom catched you using the phone, that would be like I remember I couldn't call my friends just like, yo, what's up, man? This was the thing you wanted to do? No. So like we did have some things. I did
similarities.
Yeah, I did live a little bit of this old school way. I did. Yeah.
Yeah, because pagers, bro. If I saw a pager, you was balling.
Yeah.
Like you was balling. Like, right, Kevin? Like, if you had a pager, you was balling.
I had a sky blue, like, clear one.
Nah, for real?
Dope. Like sky blue.
You was mega balling, bro.
Yeah,
sky blue pager.
I had that one that popped out. Like,
with the video, with the first videos.
Oh shit.
Yeah, bro. They're like, cause like a normal pager, if someone had a normal pager, you'd be like, yo, they selling something, they hustling, cause nobody had like a pager just to like call their family and shit. You ain't doing that. But if you had a pager. Doctor. Oh, I definitely believe that. you still street doctoring right now. You an official.
I'm definitely in the warehouse business. I supply and demand.
You know what I'm saying? That's what he be doing. You know what I mean?
Man, crazy.
But yeah, growing up in the 90s, bro, there's a lot of people like I meet now like that are in their 20s. They're like, yo, I wish I was grew up in the 90s, and I'm like,
but I guess that's like the same thing through every generation. Like people grew up in like the 80s, 90s, and wanted to go in the 60s.
No, but there's a special.
I wish I was
but there's a special
in the 70s
thing. But there's a special thing about the 90s, because the fact the 90s where everybody's praising 90s is also the 90s were the best time since ever, because there was no wars. Like Cold War was over. No.
Iraq War was
the market was amazing. There was no war. There was
Iraq
no
War.
Huh?
The
Iraq War was just but it was quick.
Desert Storm.
It was quick.
Desert Storm.
Yeah, that was in and out, bro.
That was in and out. That was literally in and out. Market was amazing. Our market was just blooming. Like 90s was the best decade since ever, and this is also one of
for the crime bill being inserted.
Yeah, but I'm talking
millions of people.
Yeah, I'm not talking about like I'm talking worldwide. 90s were the best when you look history. Yeah. 90s was, because I was always like, man, why is everybody
Tupac,
about the 90s?
Biggie, Redman.
Everything was in the 90s.
I'm just going hip hop.
Yeah. Bro, Tupac and Biggie, Redman, this is new school.
Nah, he's right, yo. Like,
no, that was 90s.
Yeah, that was golden era.
Yeah, that was fucking.
It was golden era for real. Like even if you like owned or like start buying gold like in the market, right now you'd be rich as hell.
Yeah, because everybody was in a gold, big gold chains.
Everybody,
that was 80s to 90s,
and they were just rocking it for fashion. But them same people that rocked it for fashion, they right now have an equity of probably like 200,000 off the gold that they had. Minimum.
I think you said minimum 200,000.
Minimum.
If they still have the gold, hopefully. You know, bro, a lot of them, you keep them like sneakers.
You better holler at Slick Rick.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? Slick Rick is balling out of control, bro.
Yeah, he
Slick Rick, Buster Bus, balling out of control, bro. Like gold. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think about? Did you hear his new album?
Oh, Buster's.
Yeah,
bro. Look,
I just saw that the new song just came out. I guess I missed
today.
The hype.
No, the music video came out.
The music video, but like
nobody better sleep on Busta Rhymes.
I went in anyway. East Coast, East Coast.
Yo,
you know,
Busta's new album.
Fuck all of you West Coast motherfuckers out there.
I got love for the West Coast, but East Coast is where it's at.
But the thing is, for me, Busta, man, he basically on this one, he like showed you that not only is he the same, but he can still break the barrier of what we think is hip hop right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he did a full solid body of work. What I mean by as an artist,
shout out to Peace album.
Yeah, shout out to all y'all artists out there putting out good songs, singles. Yeah. But when we say a body of work, you can put out an album, but if you put out a body of work, which means the whole thing from front to finish, makes me want to run it back.
Yeah, it's a one thing. It's a piece. It's a one piece.
It's a piece.
Yeah.
And so shout out to, for me, Busta Rhymes right now. Shout out to.
What about Russ?
Yo, Russ. First of all, Russ is a whole different animal.
He's from Jersey, because you know I just want to put it out there.
Yeah, he is. but
he does everything on his thing.
Russ did it in a way where he showed artists that you didn't need a deal. He's not the first one to do it. Shout out to Chance the Rapper. But he did it in a way where not only did he show you, but he constantly shows you right now. For instance, I'm following United Masters. You can check them out on IG, right? But the reason why I even went into United Masters, shout out to RJ, Young Miyagi, right? Yeah. He showed me what United Masters is offering as an artist. So when you're talking about masters, so most people, when they go into a deal, they don't own their rights to their music, right?
I know.
So, but if you do own all your rights.
It's a different thing.
It's a different thing. Let's say you sell 1,000 copies, right?
Yeah.
But you own your masters. Yeah. Versus selling 10,000 copies and you don't own your masters. Yeah. Who do you think's making more money?
Yeah, of course.
So Russ is showing you this. I just saw another.
Yeah, Russ is a dude, yo. When it comes to like
he's a game changer. I would say.
He's a very big game changer.
Yeah. Giving out not even secrets. It should just be out there anyway, so nobody gets screwed over.
And it's but when you think about it, it's fairly simple.
It's super simple.
Yeah.
When I looked on how to I researched on how to, as an artist, go into United Masters and sign up with them.
Yeah.
Super easy, very simple.
Yeah.
Like I said, RJ did it. So, but he showed it to me how super simple it was. RJ's not like me, where like I'm so creatively in process, and then when I research something, I dive deep into it. And pull out everything. Whereas what's going to be beneficial for me was not. Or somebody that I know was not. Yeah. RJ was like, yo, man, this is super easy for me. And I'm like, for him as a person, it was super easy. Yeah. As an artist, it's super beneficial. Yeah. You understand what I mean? So he was able to tackle that no problem. And now he just put out his first single on Spotify.
Yeah.
Retro Thundercat. So which is dope. But it's just the beginning, you know what I mean? But
I think he's gonna go now into his prime time.
He's going now. He's gonna go now. The thing is he's gonna take his time, which is smart. There's a Corona and everything like that.
Yeah. But you could also focus.
He's focused on it. So I told him to make sure that he has his like timetable laid out as best as possible, and give or take 2 weeks because of the variables of what's going on right now. You know, you can plan something and you can still hit marks without doing the show. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? True. Or without doing the music. You could be like, yo, I want to set up writing my rhyme. I want to set up picking my beat. I want to set up who I want to record it, who I want to master it, who I want to what. You can have all that set up. When the time drops for it to happen and you got it all set up, you just execute it. And I was telling him, like, just make sure you have a plan set and that I'm aware of it a little bit so I can help you out here and there. So some things he doesn't have a big mind grasp on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's why I think that as an artist, you got to have certain people around you. You like to do it all by yourself. In the beginning, it ain't happening.
Yeah, you need a team.
Of course, this is what I'm telling everybody. Yeah.
After 10, but maybe like after 10 years, you've learned so much that you can do it by yourself.
But it's a different thing. Well, after 10 years and being successful in 10 years, then you can afford to hire whoever the fuck you want.
Because, he's just saying that you know the ins and outs.
You as an artist can do it yourself.
Yes. I mean,
you know who things. You need, and you could like temporary.
Yeah,
you could like, yo, you know
but
what?
For starts, you definitely need
But
the problem is you need people. You need a solid team, which is, first of all, it's hard to get even a solid team. The hardest thing is like to get to people who trust you and who believe in you. This is the worst thing. This is the hardest thing I have a feeling. Like, I think it's very hard for other people to be like, okay, I trust you, I do believe in you, I know I have to invest now, maybe a year or 2 or 5, and I'm ready to do this with you because I know in the long term we're gonna make a big buck or whatever. People today, they don't have it.
No.
You mean the patience, to like.
No, in general, they don't have this support in them and belief. First of all, they don't even believe in themselves.
Well, that's
a main.
That's the most important thing. Is it starts with the one person who has that dream.
No, but the thing is, like, in order, for example, if I want to go somewhere and I need you, right? First of all, you got to believe it in you got to believe in yourself. That you're yourself.
No, if you wanted something, you're saying.
I want something, and Kevin is with me. Kevin first has to believe in Kevin himself.
No, but you have to believe in your dream first.
Give me a second. Okay. I believe in my dream first. Okay, if you want to go there. Okay. Okay, so I have to believe in my dream first, right? Then I have Kevin with me, and then Kevin has to believe in himself too, that he's even capable of even being in that dream. And then after that, Kevin has to believe then me. So it's like, you know what? So there's a lot of stages.
You have to play off of each other.
We got to play off each other. And a lot of people, in my experiences and what I'm seeing around, they're not ready for this. This is what also pisses me off because I can not do big business with anybody here because they're not fucking ready to invest. Because what they want to do today, especially our generation, what they want is like, oh man, I want 2-3 months instant return. You know, I know I was bitching about this podcast.
Insta likes.
Yeah, like instant returning. Now. I'm like, motherfucker, we gotta sit now, not make any money, risk everything we have, my time, your time, and then probably we're gonna make a big buck after.
So he had a good point though. Like, first of all, listen, not just believing in yourself, but investing in yourself. You understand?
Definitely.
Which I mean, investing is like, for me, it's not about money, bro. Like,
anything,
like
time,
I know
reality.
Reality is that you need money to do certain things. Okay, got it. But if you don't have the time,
you need time first.
You need time, but you need time first to figure out what is it that you really are trying to achieve and what do you really want, right? Yeah. So if Kevin's like, yo, I want to be working with Bruno because I want, you know, people to see me for who I am, right? He knows, okay, that's going to happen on the show. Okay, I'm time invested, right?
Yeah.
Bruno wants a dope podcast that survives the time.
Oh wait, don't get me wrong. It's a lot of people think it's our pod. It's Kevin and me. There's no Bruno.
No. I got it. But what we were talking about,
I know
like,
what you mean.
Together,
let's
right?
Just say,
you got it, right? So this now it's your podcast, but you both have a vision of what you wanted yourself to get out of the podcast,
exactly.
And together you have a plan of what you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
To the same goal.
But that means also that Kevin is mature enough and ready for this, and me as well.
Exactly.
And the problem is a lot of people are not. You know, for example, for example, right? Let's say I start a media company, right? And Kevin is doing his pharmaceutical job, right? Yeah. And let's say Kevin's not happy, and Kevin would want to do something where he can express himself in
like
any
a street laboratory.
Street lab.
Street lab.
Street lab.
Sponsored by Adidas.
Yeah, exactly. And everybody wears Adidas, and then one day you come to work, you're rocking Nikes, and Kevin's like, "You fired, bitch."
Oh, you fired for sure, bro. You don't got the 3 stripes on? Get out of here.
Yeah. Anyway, but what I wanted to say, let's say I have a media company idea, and I want Kevin to rock it with me, right? Yeah. So, and the only way, and the idea is to Kevin work for this media company. I don't like the saying work for me. I like to say work with me. Right. But let's just, for the sake of the argument, the idea is I want Kevin to work for the company, play as a project manager of the company. Let's just say, right? Well, although he's terrible in remembering shit, so definitely not. But anyway, let's just say Kevin is a project manager. This is the idea, right? We start a company today. Kevin's making no money today. Kevin's making no money next month, 5 months, 10 months, maybe a year. He's not making any money. He's just losing time. Same with me, right? So, but however, Kevin now has a job which is financially good for him, and he has kind of a stability, right? But let's say he would working for this media company as a project manager, where he would have completely different freedom and options, maybe even make way more money than now, which is already good. But like, let's just say it's way better than, let's just say, this job right now. The problem is Kevin has to like put up, and he has to work really hard, has to risk and invest a lot of time for this. And a lot of times the situation is people are not ready for this.
This Kevin sounds super, by the way.
So, I mean, there's a lot of risk in everything, you know? Like, bro, like right now, in our time right now, you risking going outside. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Corona,
you like
COVID.
Like you
in the 80s and 90s, you had HIV and
I
shit.
think this is the third time you mentioned it on the
but I'm just saying, like, it all connects. Like every generation has its like
its own thing.
Not panic. I don't want to call it a panic thing, but like
pandemic.
Pandemic.
Yeah.
Pandemic.
Like a thing that's on your mind.
No. Like a pandemic where like really rocks the background and shit. Like the rocks the core of everywhere you're talking about.
I mean, every
HIV
generation
affected the whole world.
Yeah. You know, like a pandemic would affect the whole worldwide population.
Crack pandemic and everything.
You still have wars going on. You still have like poverty.
Man, I went through like 2 pandemics already.
But that's the thing. Like every like 20 years, you're gonna have something so crazy that it just like shocks everybody and like brings everybody back to the reality that we're all one. And then we're all like connected, and we're all going through this and wearing masks and solidarity and shit. And then like 4 years later, you know, after everybody's taken a vaccine who wanted to take it or who doesn't want to take it, but it's enough people that we could just go back to normal. That's probably like 4 years and shit. 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. People don't realize it's gonna take 4 years.
It's gonna take a while.
Like, oh, bro, let's see us next summer. I'm like, yo, whatever. 4 years. So,
That's a long time.
We're gonna have like, you know, they're gonna treat us like they're our parents, and we're like the kids, and like, you know what, you guys have been good all year. Lockdown, staying in your room. You know, you're like, you haven't been really going out after 9 o'clock. One time I saw you sneak out, but it's okay.
It's all good, you know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, we'll let you out for like June to July. How about that? You know, like, can we at least get 6 weeks? 5 weeks. 5 weeks,
We'll talk about it. You got good grades. We'll talk about this, you know what I mean?
We'll do it 2 weeks at first, 2.5 weeks, okay? And then we'll do another update.
But wait, I want to go back to this topic of, do you think, I really want to go back to this. Do you think that, like, let's just say you have a crew, okay? Or just people that are around you. Yeah. Don't you think that, like, it would be really fucking amazing if all of you could, like, work in a beautiful harmony and then therefore make big bucks?
But yo, the problem
Doesn't this sound like a dream thing?
Ego plays a big role.
Yeah, I know.
So no. Everybody is starting off the same. You have the same like energy, the wavelength and shit. You're vibing. You all have the same goal. You reach that goal, then you're all making that money. And each one of you, as you get more and more popular, are going to attract certain more people to them.
And ego starts to change.
Yeah, and like you're gonna have like maybe 2 or 3. Say it's a 4-person group. You're gonna have like two people that are gonna have like so much fucking fame, and everybody's gonna be like watching them, and you're gonna be like thinking the other 2 people. I thought we were a big group. We're 4 people and shit, and that's how everything starts to branch off. And it's not even sometimes like on some shady shit. I don't think
it's just by the public.
It's just. Business moves, and if you're homie ride or die anyway, you're gonna stay together after all that. You know what I'm saying? If it's all worked out and you're all open, be like, yo, I got this chance right now to go like solo right now. I'm gonna do my thing, but we still got us and shit. But like I gotta take this thing, and your homie should be like, yo, do your thing, you know what I'm saying? We still got our group.
Yeah, but how much cool would it be? Imagine, for example, I mean, today.
But you're never going to be able, it's rare that you make it to the end.
Not even the end. I'm just think of this idea. We live in a 2020, so we're in digital. So just imagine like having some sort of like an agency, right? As a media agency, right? Yeah. And where, for example, I don't know, where all of us, let's say it's a crew, let's say it's a 4 people, let's say it's fucking 3 of us, you know what I mean, or whatever. And I mean, obviously not 3 of us, it goes bigger, but like imagine that in this media agency where we're actually doing what everybody loves. Let's say I love making fucking films. Let's say Kevin is into like let's say shoes and shit, or like let's say house music. Kevin's all house music. Let's say I'm film, and let's say you're fucking, I don't know, rapping, right?
Yeah. Promoting.
PR, even better. Yeah. So imagine like, so you like doing PR, you like doing like house music, I like doing filmmaking. Imagine if then you can create a business module around that where Cory stays Cory to his own core. Kevin stays Kevin, Bruno stays Bruno, but we all monetize from it.
I like Complex.
And exactly.
Complex is a perfect example of what you're talking about, because I follow them, I watch them, and you're talking exactly like that.
I'm talking about Complex. I'm talking about the future. I'm talking about this type of shit, because just imagine, bro, how fucking first of all,
you're talking about people like what's the thing that be Spillage Village, Earth Gang.
No, this is a collective kind of.
That is.
No, Earth Gang. There's a duo.
But okay.
No, I'm not talking. I'm not talking collective. I'm talking straight on business like Complex or Future.
Business collective, but isn't
no,
that
it's not a collective. It's a fucking company,
bro. Complex, like it.
Complex is a company. You know Complex?
I know Complex for years. And I used to get the magazines.
But you have, me too. But they went way beyond that.
They went,
They went further. Like the magazine. When I was reading the magazine, it was like, okay, you had the rappers, you had maybe a couple interviews, some fashion, blah blah, right?
But now they took it.
But now,
far.
if you go on their YouTube channel, right?
They're making documentaries and shit.
Yo, they got docus.
Yeah, I know Complex.
They got sneaker view.
Yeah.
You would do, like for me, you would be like on Sneaker View.
Yeah.
Like you would talk to people, what's your favorite sneaker? You would be perfect for that, right? They have people. I watch an A&R segment because I like to do A&R stuff too.
Yeah.
So I watch an A&R segment that they got on Complex, and they're talking about like what A&Rs do. They bring in different A&Rs. They're like, yo, how did you get big with Puff? How did you get big with here? How did you get big with there?
It's a culture. And it's a culture brand.
The whole thing, like different shit.
And you have so many of complexes. You have the future, which is more graphic towards business. You have Nowness, which is one of my favorites because they're all artsy and shit. They're all about arts. Then again, you have Vice, which is more towards our journalism.
Yeah, I love Vice too.
Yeah, I love it too. So think about fucking. So don't tell me it's not possible.
It's
like think about creating a fucking culture brand. I just put it for the sake of the argument in a media format as a media agency, which all of those agencies basically are. And just think about like because you, Cory, can only go up so much by yourself.
Right.
You can. It's not a like if you're bad or not, good or bad.
Yeah, you have a ceiling.
It's a fact. You have a ceiling, and when you reach it, you need someone. Everybody, even Jordans of the world, they needed someone, right? So like, but now imagine if you have automatically somebody, which I was talking to Kevin last year when I came back from Croatia. Remember when you came to the house and so like, imagine having like this sort of a team. And like we're focused all, so it's not that I have a goal and Cory's in my team trying to help me figure out my goal. It's Cory has its own goal, I have my own goal, Kevin has its own goal, and all of our goals go together under one thing,
one umbrella,
which can monetize and which we can monetize off of. And like
a collective.
Not a collective, bro. It's not a collective.
Look, I'll give you
serious.
I'll give you business. Look, I'll give you an example, right? Hey, first of all, shout out to Universal Brothers and Sisters. All right, so I would consider are a collective. Right? We are a collective. Right? But what Bruno's talking about.
This is collective. Jazz Montez is also collective.
What Bruno's talking about is more of in a business format. So let's say, okay, you took whatever podcast, right? And you put that into this umbrella, right? I took, let's say, promoting for whatever. I'm just promoting people. I'm promoting people.
PR work.
Like for all type of people that invest in our company. That's like, yo, I'm gonna pay you to promote us off of your umbrella company because you have more visibility than I do. So I pay you for that. Okay, cool. And I do the inner work with the company for us, basically for free, whatever.
Whatever.
And the monetization that comes from the PR would come from little other small people that are just don't have a company, but they want their visibility to be up.
And when you think about investing, like ROI for things like this is huge. It's like over the fucking, it's like 1,000 to 1 because like obviously you're investing a lot in the beginning, but when you think about it, because once this brand pops, because eventually it will, once it pops, then you can do whatever the fuck you want. Because then it's not, oh, I know that Cory dude from Wiesbaden. No, I know that Cory dude from Complex. He has a show on the fucking whatever Complex. Because Complex is way more bigger than Cory, way more bigger than Bruno, Kevin. But like, you know what I mean? So, and then we don't monetize. I don't monetize off of Bruno. I'm monetizing off of Complex. You know what I mean? We all built a brand. And then we take fruits off of it. We still keep doing our own shit. I still keep doing my solo shit. I don't need no Cory for it, no Kevin. I do it. I just do it under let's say Complex, just because Complex has a platform which I can then monetize that certain thing. And then obviously like a brand itself has its own things where Cory and Kevin and Bruno come together for maybe it's a podcast, maybe it's a fucking interview show with some PR shit, maybe it's some sneaker reviews, whatever the fuck it is. Obviously this is obviously more details. We're going far, but like it's feasible. Like it's super possible. The problem is going back to the point. Like people are not. First of all, they don't even believe it. I rarely had. I mean, people always when I would tell them some ideas that I had, they were like, "Sounds cool,"
but they probably already think it's hard enough to do it by themselves and involve other people.
But the thing is, like everything is fucking hard. You know, even this podcast, like maybe it sounds easy, but it's how hard it is, and it's a fucking podcast. We plug mics and press record, and it's giving me last 10 weeks the biggest problems. I'm late with my projects and everything just because it's a fucking podcast. You know what I mean? So like everything is fucking hard, but when you think about the ROI later, it's crazy. Because for example, what I noticed, I do client work usually, freelancing. Maybe I'm lucky, so I get an artsy one, but usually it's boring work, you know, client work. I usually, when I was in Croatia and I was had a different different status, I would make 1500 to 3,000 per project, right? Video wise. So I would make 1,500 minimum always. Now I'm even making less per project. Maybe it's a 1,200. If now during Corona everything changed, so now I would do fucking 500. You know what I'm saying?
Just to get that, yeah.
Yes, but what I noticed when I started playing with the big, what I did right now is I changed the talk, the way I talk. Everything stays the same. I just changed the talk. Mm-hmm. Now I'm not Bruno the filmmaker. Now I'm like fucking whatever podcast media agency.
Yeah.
And as soon as I say this, and as soon as I say I have people working for me, it's a whole different story.
Yeah.
We're talking from 1,200 to 10,000. Yeah. And then I'm able to, by switching the story, I'm able to get bigger deals. I just made a couple of big deals. And then I can go, hey, Cory, I need you for a second camera, 500 Cory. Hey, I need a tone girl, 300. Hey, I need editing, 3. Boom, 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 boom. First of all, the project, it's better because actually somebody's editing it, not me. I'm not a one-man band.
Yeah.
So the actual quality gets better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's already built some sort of a system, you know what I mean? So, and I lost my what I wanted to say. I don't know what I want to say.
I think that's I think you know, like when you go from, like, if you sit at a business table, right? Like we're sitting at a business table, right? Yeah. And you like talking in a way of just yourself, like, I can do this, I could do that, right? Yeah. And then if you talk like, I have a brand, a company, and in my company, I'm able to service this.
Yeah.
And they're psychologically, they're like, oh shit, he's not talking about 2,000. Yeah. He's talking about 20,000.
Exactly. It's totally different.
So when you go on a negotiation, and they're like, okay, well, we can give you 15,000, and you're like, nah, you know, I need at least 17,000. I got to pay these people, blah, blah. And then they'd be like, okay, we give you 16,500. You'd be like, okay, this time I'll do 16,500. Next time, if you're happy with the quality of my work, and then you can go up. And the thing is what you bring to the table. Do you bring yourself, or do you bring everything that you can encompass to make it look like you're like totally way more worth,
bigger than you
way
are.
Bigger, bro.
Yeah.
But this is the thing where the people comes in. Now I remember what I wanted to say. This is where the people comes in. For example, when I started talking like as a company, as a media company, like a production company, and what I would basically do is I would say we're a production company, and I call my friends who are freelancers, right. And I would just like, yo, this is the job, this is the money, you want to do it or not? And then they're like my assistants and shit and blah blah. So. It works, but guess what? Works with people. But I told them, like, we just made a couple of bigger deals. Like, since last 2 years, last 3 deals that I did are huge compared to what I did for the last 2-3 years. So I just did a couple of very big deals, and I told them, like, did you notice? Only by this, we didn't do anything. We just talked and said our paper, our invoices. They don't even say we're a company. It's my fucking invoice from my Gebar or whatever.
Yeah.
So like we are not even a legitimate company. We just said we are, and look what happened. Now imagine if all of you came really serious about it. Imagine what we can do if we can make. I made a $12,000 euro deal, literally in a 10-minute phone call. Mm-hmm. I wrote an email, 10-minute phone call, we locked it. We did it like literally 50, and this was just by this talking. Sure. Now imagine the deal we could do if all of them that were in the deal, like all the assistants
put the
and
same
everything.
Energy into it.
Imagine what we could fucking do. This is my thing, you know. For example, I know the guy. He's crazy, really good at marketing.
You're getting very excited.
Yeah, like, I know. No, but I know a guy. He does marketing really well. I'm not gonna mention his name for some reasons, but like very good at marketing when it comes down to ads. So placing ads, you know, target groups, very good, young. That means he's hungry. Yeah. You know, he knows a lot of tricks. He can pivot around whenever he wants, right? So now, usually, what I would do is like, hey, Cory, you want a video? Yeah, I can do your video for 1,200. Yeah, we can do this, and that, and then I give you the video. And then what, motherfucker? You're gonna post it on YouTube, have 1,000 views, and then what?
That's it.
But now I'm like, yo, we can do a video, but then and then I ask you, what you gonna do with it? And you're like, oh, yeah, and then I tell you, look what you can do it. You can market it. I can give you fucking marketing if you pay another $5, and then you lock lock them in. You give them you ask them 5 for the job, and then you lock them in for a 5 per month ad budget, just 5,000 budget ad, so you can use that budget to grow them. And trust me, if you get 5,000 per month for just marketing, so we're not putting that in the pocket, bro. The brand is going in a year. The brand is fucking huge.
Yeah, the visibility is crazy.
So you just imagine, and I just did this small steps just because I was, trying to hustle it. Imagine if you really had a team that was putting, like you said, the energy. Just fucking imagine.
The crazy thing is that, like, in the last 2 years, just by myself getting out on the block, meeting people, blah blah, it's allowed me to get into a circle of people that are like this. That we say is like hard to find.
You attract
because you attract that because you're putting that energy out. Yeah. And what did you put out? You mostly attract it, and you never really know when it's gonna come. Yeah. And crazy thing is how the universe works for me is that it comes at a time where it's like I start to feel like, oh man, I don't know, and then it's like, bam, there it is. That's what you were looking for. Here it is. Now, what are you gonna do with it? So even if it comes to you, if you don't take that risk and take that step on doing what you thought you were going to do anyway, if you don't do it, you don't move. So with the people, it's like they have an opportunity,
but they don't
move. But they still have their dream. But then comes
they talk, bro. I notice a lot of people come up to me like, yo, bro, you have so much energy and this and that, and I do talk a shit ton. I really talk too much. Too. Yeah. And half of the shit I say I don't do. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, Or I started, and then the fact that we did 10 episodes, mainly it's also because he's in. If I was in, if I was by solo, I don't know, bro. Like I'm pretty I just posted the other day. I'm really surprised that I managed to do 10 fucking weeks straight. Because I started a lot of shit, but then I changed I allow myself to change mind a lot, which people don't like. But I'm like, well, fuck you.
You're going by yourself. How you feeling?
I'm going on how I feel. Today I think is the best idea. Tomorrow it's not. Well, I changed my fucking mind. Do you want me to be right, or do you want me to just be emotional with you? You know what I mean? Yeah. If I don't feel it, I don't feel it. Yeah. However, it does come off, maybe not serious. So I do talk a lot of shit too. But I notice people come to me and like, you talk a lot, you do a lot. Wow. Let's do something. Yeah. And then I'm like, and then they think I'm gonna give them this. Yeah, cool, let's do it. But then I'm like, okay, tomorrow, 4:00. Yeah, let's do it. And then they turn it into I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying? Go fuck yourself. Yeah. And this is the problem with people.
I mean, it's like managing your time, for yourself. What you really want. Like, do you want to do that? Like,
I mean, some people want to please. People want to please other people. Yeah, that's their life goal and journey.
But that's not good to have those people.
But that's like a lot of people. You can't really say that what they're thinking is wrong. That's just their focus.
I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm sure one time it will come when you're gonna switch.
Yeah, but everybody in due time. In due time.
I would definitely say that time management shit is a lot. Like, for instance, I really wanted to be here. Yeah. Right? 2 weeks ago. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And then I really, really wanted to be here. So I was like, let me talk to Kevin real fast. He's gonna reach out to Bruno quicker than I can. Yeah. So we're gonna set this boom. And then he was like, and then they hit us with the curfew, blah, blah. Kevin's like, yo, Cory, my bad. We got to do it Tuesday instead of Wednesday. I know we planned it, but if we don't do it, we're not going to get this off. Yeah. And I was like, whatever. All right, when? Boom. Because I really wanted to invest my time to be here. Not, let me do it so Kevin and Bruno's not mad at me. Fuck that. Yeah. No, I really wanted to be here. I really invested my time to be here.
You have to want it.
You have to want it. Yeah. So if you want something that bad, listen, everybody that's listening to this whatever podcast, man. Look, you could do whatever in life. You know what I'm saying? You just got to put your energy.
We just turned into a motivational podcast. But believe in yourself.
But real talk, no. You really have to. And I'm saying this because I had a conversation even with my daughter the other day. I'm like, what do you really want?
You gotta picture that shit.
What do you really want? She's 10.
Wow.
So I hit her with these questions every now and again.
My sister is 16 and she's in trouble.
I don't wait because I don't want her to be everybody's growing up how they're going to grow up. But I don't want her to hit me up at 14, 15 like, Dad, I don't know what I want. I don't know what I'm. No, not regrets. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do.
Although this is actually normal.
It is normal. However, it's
trouble if it is.
Yeah, but not just that. But if you ask certain questions, if you ask certain questions to like just people in general, not even just children, you know, you get them to go deep and tell you what's up. You know,
I agree with this.
And it might be like you. You might tell me that today and tomorrow, your mind changed. Yeah. But at least you had to think about it for yourself. You
had to go through it,
and you got to sleep on it. So Kaylee, I asked her 2 weeks later, like, so what do you want to do? And she's like, Dad, I told you 2 weeks ago. I still want that, right? And I'm like, okay. Or she might be like, nah, you know, I'm not really feeling that right now. You know, I was watching TikTok the other day, and I'm feeling this right now. And I'm like, okay,
I'm gonna be an influencer.
Yeah, but she really like it is turning her head, like turning the cogwheels in her mind, like to think this way for herself.
That is very important. I always, but I have to say, when I was younger, I knew immediately what I wanted. I like the film and hip hop and like music. I mean, it started with dancing first. Then as I got older, I realized it's bigger than dance. It's in general. I wanted to be around hip hop. But like film and hip hop was like literally like the only thing that ever interested me, right? And I thought it was normal when I was a kid. I was like, oh, I just want that, you know. Then when I got a little bit older, now I have a sister that's 16 and shit. I realized, bro, that was mine.
Epic fail.
Did you mean we just Corona kissed off?
Well, I don't know. I'm not.
Y'all just Afro-berry kissed, bro.
Yo, that shit was short.
Anyway, I noticed that I was very, very lucky to, as a kid, know what I want.
Automatically, right?
Automatically. Yeah. And because I thought what was weird for me is like my sister, for example, she's 16. She has no idea what she wants. She doesn't even know what there is to do. Yeah. It's also a generation problem because she has everything and grew up with everything and this and that, obviously. But in general, and then I was like, why the fuck people don't? Because I remember my ex didn't know for a long time what she wanted to do. Nobody, a lot of people around me, they were like kind of knew, but they didn't know.
Like long time into her 20s? Like mid-20s?
No, my ex is now 36.
Yo. So that's crisis,
all the way
bro.
Up. That's crisis. Yeah. No, but the thing is, I was always like surprised, and I didn't understand why do people don't know, especially if they're in their 30s. But then I realized it's actually those who know, they're very lucky. Like I was very lucky to know when I was like 9. I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna do some films and hip hop shit."
Intuitively, you're very lucky.
It's very lucky thing. So it's hard also, especially for example, for someone like my sister or your daughter who lives in this world. They have fucking everything. I really had nothing.
What about things that changed? Like you could have been young and been like, "I want to be a filmmaker," and then put all the energy into it. Like 20 years old, and you're like, "You know what? I want to." I could picture you being an ice skater, probably. Doing pirouettes and shit.
I'm actually terrified of ice skating.
Oh, man.
Because you said dance, so I pictured ballet. You put that on the skates. My bad. You know.
No, but it's true. I mean, of course you can change, but I think people who know what they want, even today, even if they're 50, they're lucky. Yeah.
Because a lot of people even go through stages. They're like, you're lucky actually to be like 50 something, and then all of a sudden do something crazy like nobody would have ever thought you would even did. Yeah. And you're like, you know what? I'm still living. I might as well try whatever I can.
But that's the point.
That's how you live life and get the most out of it.
But that's the point, because for me, it's like, you're lucky to know what you want, right?
Yeah.
But
don't be afraid to change.
But don't be afraid to change. But the real point for me is not only are you lucky to know what you want, but you're lucky to have an opportunity to act on what you want.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because at the end of the day, even if it doesn't work, right? Let's say, I know this is gonna work. Y'all 10 deep, but even if this doesn't work, your mind will never say, "Man, I wonder if it could have worked."
Yeah, I
could have tried it. You know what I'm saying? Like you might not like ice skating, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But how do you know you don't like ice skating?
True.
Because you tried it, right?
Yeah. No.
You never tried it?
No, I tried ice skating. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you like, that's not for me.
Yeah.
For me, I know skiing is not for me.
Yeah, that's some rich people shit.
No, that's not. It's not expensive. Be honest.
Yeah.
But snowboarding is.
Oh, snowboarding is
because I tried skiing and I was like, no. And then I tried snowboarding. And I was like, oh hell yeah.
Bro, I love fucking snowboarding.
Well, we should. Yeah, hey, not this year, but the following. We should hit the slopes. That shit would be good.
I can show you later. I'll show you that I love snowboarding so much. I even made like a freestyle snowboarding video of myself.
Get the fuck. Are you serious?
Yeah, on a Nas track from the Illmatic. I'll show you later.
No, on Nas track?
Yeah.
Yo, I got to see that.
And you know what's funny? My friend posted it. My friend did the video, right?
Yeah.
He posted it, but he was working for this guy who was good on YouTube. So he posted it on his channel, on the guy's channel, without permission.
Yeah.
Without permission, which he wasn't allowed to. Then his boss found out, he flipped out, but then when he opened the video got like 120,000 views.
He left it,
which at the time was fucking huge.
And how old is this?
10 years for sure.
Oh yeah, 120,000 views 10 years ago? Yo, you was looking like 1 million views, like a type of person.
It was.
That was the inflation.
You know what was the funniest thing? I couldn't even I told my mom, like, Mom, look at me. Yeah. She was like, no, this is not you, because I had mask and everything.
Okay.
So nobody knew it was me or not.
Oh, because you weren't allowed to show yourself?
No. Because when you're boarding,
snowboarding.
I just had a glasses.
Oh, you was for real getting it in.
Bro, I did. I'll show you.
Okay.
And my mom was like, no, that's not you. And I'm like, Mom, what you talking about? You was with me that weekend. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
I love snowboarding.
Bruno the snowboarder, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ice skate and snowboarding.
Like, I just thought of the perfect storyline and shit. Like, there's a kid, his name is Bruno, and he's looking at like YouTube videos, learning to do something new in life and take chances, and then he sees the Russian ice skater. Had to be Russian. And then he's doing his forms and shit, and he's trying to like combine that, like get away from the streets and go into a whole new life. And he finds balance and zen and ballet and ice skating.
You know, I got a question for y'all, because, you know, I was always interested, like, what made y'all want to start this podcast? Like, was it because of Corona was coming? You're like, oh, we need something to do? No, that was way
before. Like,
that was way before.
Y'all brainstormed it a long time ago, right?
No, actually,
we just wanted to do it separate. Yeah. And then met up.
I wanted to do a podcast. Like, I always wanted to do a podcast. Yeah. He wanted to do a podcast, and he was already making some moves on equipment.
Yeah.
And when because we met we knew each other, but then one day we was like, let's sit down together, right? And then we sat at the Holy Cross, right? Was it it was Holy Cross.
Holy Cross.
Yeah, I remember it. And then we were just talking, just chilling, meeting each other, basically. Yeah. And then I said something about the podcast, and he's like, oh yeah, I want to do this.
I had a couple ideas.
And then we just said I was like, yeah, bro, let's do it now, tomorrow.
Right.
And then it took us, literally, because I'm this type of a guy. If you want to fucking do it, motherfucker.
Yeah, right.
And then it took us a while till we made a proper plan. Then we started recording, but it was just not feasible. It just didn't work out.
The energy wasn't there. Yeah.
The energy wasn't there at different times. You know. Also, we didn't have a place. We wanted to record at my friend's coffee shop, which meant every fucking Sunday or whatever we had to wake up early, go there. Yeah. The idea was also we wanted to call it Breakfast Can Wait.
Breakfast Can Wait. Yeah, right.
You know that Prince joint? Breakfast Can Wait.
Yeah.
So we even ripped the joint. Yeah. My friend Joey, he did was jingle. Yeah. And literally we had Breakfast Can Wait. And the idea was we do it in the morning with coffee and we're just fucking talking shit.
Okay.
And then timing didn't work out. And then it was again almost a year after that.
Yeah.
And now we're here.
So I mean that's proof in the pudding. Like,
it was already in the head. It was already implanted.
Yeah, it was implanted, but the patience, right? Yeah. To know when it's the proper time. I mean, for me, listen. For me, sometimes I want to go like I'm like Bruno. Like in the AfroFeels world, I'm Bruno.
Just like butter.
I'm like Bruno, and then Tom's like just like Zen guru. Right? He's just like, yo, bro.
That's Kevin.
Oh yeah. So Tom's like, yo, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, it's all dope. All the ideas is dope. You know what I'm saying? But like, yo, Cory, you gotta chill out. You know what I'm saying?
That's Kevin. That's Kevin 100%.
You know, he's like, you gotta chill out. Rubbing his bald head and shit. He's like, yeah, you gotta chill out, right? And then I'm like, so we're not gonna do it. He's like, no, I didn't say we're not gonna do it. I'm just saying right now it's just not the time. So when the perfect time arises, right? And then out of the blue, out of nowhere, like I won't talk to him for like a week. Yo, it's so hard to get in touch with him now that he even has his job, right?
Oh, Kevin is also.
So,
bro, you're talking about Kevin.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Why I see now why they're cool too. Like
super cool. Yeah, super cool. They can hang out. Like me and you could hang out because we be like, yo, what we gonna do? Yo, Cory, tomorrow let's meet up. All right, motherfucker, I'm back here tomorrow in Frankfurt. Yo,
what about now? Where you
at right now? So he's like, yo, you gotta. I'm like, all right. And then out the blue, right? He hits me up. Yo, you ready to do this? I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about, right? And then I go through my notes. I'm like, okay, yo, what part? He's like, yeah, the joint you was talking about like 4 weeks ago. Yeah. And I'm like, the party? He's like, yeah, that one. So what you think, man? Can you hit up what's his name? And we get the spot for 2 weeks from now? I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, cool. And then I'm like, okay, so we need the promo. I need you to do the blah, blah, whatever, right?
Yeah, that's the problem.
And then he ain't back for 3 days, right? But I'm thinking he's busy. No, he's sitting there masterminding all this stuff.
But that's also important.
And then, yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then he drops it on me. Like, he's like, there you go. And I'm like, damn, I got the whole thing. So now I could just do my promo set for a whole week, build up the thing, get the people, and I'm good. And that's why it works, because there's that chemistry. So you got a person like us.
Yeah.
Then you got that person like that.
You need the other half, definitely. You need that contrast. You need that contrast.
And that's like the yin and yang. You got to have this balance,
definitely.
Right? But you also have to push each other to kind of.
That is important. That is very important.
See the other part too, like where you have to tell the other person, yeah, calm down a little bit. Yeah. And then you have to tell the other.
That's usually Kevin telling me.
And then you have to.
Bro, you should chill.
You should chill. And then you have to tell the other person, like, yo, stop. Let's stop bullshitting. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, wake up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And then once you get that perfect synergy and balance.
Man, I wish I had that for Just Like Butter.
Bro, hey, listen, look, I can say, like, when I saw that, I was like, God dang it! But all I heard was your name, and I'm like, okay, who else?
The last one was. I never say I do it alone.
Yeah.
Like Kevin, everybody played a big part.
Yeah.
But it was me organizing it.
That's what I mean.
Alone, and then everybody was helping out. Yeah, from friends.
Because in the organizing
first
part.
First two was a friend of mine. We're not so tight anymore. Cherno.
Yeah.
We did it together, and we did it together. Then he decided to drop out, and then I was like, okay. I actually planned a winter one.
Yeah.
And he wasn't liking the idea for the winter one. I don't know why. Still to this day, nobody knows, but whatever. And then when he dropped out, I was like, yo, but Just Like Butter is not Just Like Butter without you. So I'm going to drop the whole thing out, right? So I said, no, I maybe do something else, but it's not going to be Just Like Butter. Because the Just Like Butter people and the whole thing was really us. We were two of us, our characters brought that, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I was like, no, Just Like Butter is not, maybe something else, but not Just Like Butter, right?
Yeah.
And then I dropped it, and then people were like, yo, what? I think even Kevin, and people started talking, and then Corona happened, and then people started talking, yo, bro, you should do the Just Like Butter.
He shared it to me, and Born, right? And Born was like, yo, bro, man, you should have came to this joint. I was like, what y'all doing over there? Yo, it's called Just Like Butter. I was like, yo, that's a fat ass name. Yo, what's up? What's going on, right? And then they had their own videos.
I have idea. Maybe somebody will, because I had an idea Just Like Butter.
Yeah.
But then it's like I wanted to do only strictly house and hip hop parties, but like club thing, and call it Fat Like Butter, PHAT.
That's
like butter.
That's
like
dope.
Smooth like butter, just like butter, fat like butter.
But that's an actual great idea, and none of y'all better steal this shit either. I'm just saying. So
I'm gonna fucking come to your fucking house.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna put you right here on the interview and ask, and you got to tell us why you stole it. But anyway,
internet timestamp.
Internet timestamp.
No, bro, don't worry.
No. But I mean, the when they showed me the videos, I was like, yo, what y'all was doing? He's like, yo, you could have freestyle, yo. The people was dancing, yo.
Yeah.
The chicks was having a good time.
That was behind the hotel, Bristol Hotel.
This was the Bristol one.
Yeah, and they're having a good time.
That was a chill vibe.
That was amazing.
And it didn't look like something to me like so grandiose.
I closed it. I told the girl at the door to shut it off at 150 people, and like 15 people didn't get in.
Bro, I literally took a vibe in automatically when I watched the videos. It wasn't like, oh, it's a party.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was very, like, I remember, like, through the night, I mean, I don't remember shit. Like, you usually don't enjoy your event.
Yeah.
You know this.
Yeah.
But I remember just walking around, asking if people need something.
Yeah. Hosting and stuff.
Hosting.
Yeah.
Not necessarily hosting, but, like, we would give out fruits and shit. So I was just walking around, Paula, I remember my friends would cut fruits and chocolate. I would take it, give it to people, go on. I was literally working as a
whole time.
Either maybe wait like as a waiter or as I was just working my ass off. But I remember every 20, 30 minutes I would run into Cherno because Cherno was also running around. So we would just run into each other and we were like, bro, can you fucking believe this shit? And he's like, no shit, fuck. And then we were like, okay, I gotta go. I still don't believe it.
This thing.
But you know why it works? I think the one big reason why it works is because it was completely marketed close to like from so I did do no marketing except like, yo, Cory, this is for you. You do whatever you want with it.
Yeah.
So then when people who actually got to the event were friends from a friend, and then at the end of the event, the last Just Like Bar that you went on this year, this is the first time I didn't know half of the people. Before that, we knew everybody. Like I would know you, I don't know maybe your name, but I've seen you around because it was like friends from friends from friends. Frankfurt is fucking small. And also the fact that I closed it at 150 people, I closed it and I formatted it into, it was not a private party, but I formatted like the way I would present it outside.
Yeah.
I present it as a private, like that people feel like it's a private party. And we really, the rule was after 150, close. Because the more people, then you don't lose this intimacy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of people got on the mic just because they knew there were around 100 people that they know.
That they knew. That they were comfortable around.
And and then people were very comfortable doing whatever, you know? The last one we did obviously was huge, which I fucking did not expect. But yeah, but back to the point, like Just Like Butter, from the first one was organized in a week, second one maybe 2-3 weeks, and the last one I did all in a month.
Yeah. I started
thinking about it month, and I was thinking about it like just thinking about it, and then the next month after that I was like full on 24/7 1 month, and then it happened because I was, for example, I remember I would sit with some people. I asked them for help, like, hey, what do you think I should do here and there? Because there was a lot of problems with Corona. And they would be like, okay, I'll check it out. I'll let you know next week. We got to call this guy, and then I'm going to let you know next week. And I'm like, no, what's the guy's number? Give me now. And as I'm sitting at a meeting with you, I'm calling the guy. And then the girl was like, yeah, why are you calling him right now? I was like, yeah, because if I call him now, I'll get an answer now. And then me and you can change the conversation immediately.
Yep.
Otherwise, I have to wait 3 days. Then I have to wait for you 3 days. And then we have 6 days not doing anything. And then we're talking about it. And we can talk about it in next 20 minutes. So
get the answer right now.
You gotta move fast.
You gotta move. I mean, especially if you have a certain date, have a certain time, and it's like you found that pocket. You know what I mean? You gotta attack that pocket because one day off of here, one day off of there,
bro,
you're off, and then you can cancel your video.
I vividly remember because it was this year. Literally, like Kevin can even remember. You was around like 24/7 for a month. 24/7, like literally all, like I fucked up so many of my projects. I lost 2 clients and shit because I was just being late.
Focus
and shit.
on this.
Yeah, but the thing with me is if I lock on something, it's
just
like
the energy you bring.
You know,
into
like
your
when a
life,
dog or somebody like wants to like hurt another dog and they cannot.
Oh yeah.
If I lock in, you cannot wake me up.
Or
like,
play with a little ball.
If I wake up, you can. If I lock in, you cannot wake me up. But I have to say, to not sound. This was not just me. Like the people, like Kevin came in the morning. Fucking, we built the fucking ping pong table and shit. It was not possible to like also like I built. You saw the ping pong table. Yeah, like she last 2 days was she took literally, when you count everything, my friend she took like 6 hours of her time. Driving me, we went to the fucking Baumarkt, it took us 2 hours in the Baumarkt just to figure out how to build a fucking ping pong table. She took her time, Kevin took his, everybody took their time. So like when you think about the artist did it for free, like all of that stuff, it's all of them that did it.
That's how you build this like community. But when it's evolved around culture, I've noticed. Now, if you evolve a community around a certain type of culture, you can't lose, bro.
True.
Because there's so many people that are looking for this.
Yeah.
They don't know where to get it. And when you provide that, what do they create? They create demand.
Yeah.
But it's a fine line between it. For example, maybe you noticed, but we had some drama coming up before, like a week before that. We had a big drama. And I honestly thought Just Like Butter is done.
Drama because? What do you mean?
Because of Joe and everything that happened with the Zaza and everything.
Oh, okay. You mean another event?
Yeah, you know the drama. Yeah. I don't want to put it now out there, but you know the drama. Yeah. So I thought, Just Like Butter is over. People obviously do not appreciate what we're doing here.
I saw that drama.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, let me just finish it off because I just want to finish it. And now it's 1 week, not even a week, like a couple of days before. Fuck it, let's just do it. But I thought it would not be good. And what happened after that? Like, you know what happened? I was doing the event. Everybody came early, like I was there at 7 a.m. Everybody came early. We were working, setting up, and then I was sweaty. The event started. People started coming in, and I lived close, so I was like, okay, let me just go home, take a shower, change clothes, come back. Went home, took a shower, came back 30 minutes, 45 minutes after. Mm-hmm. Like when I left, it was maybe 50 to 100 people, but half of those people were already there from the morning helping me out.
Yeah.
I come back. It's fucking full. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? You guys were all there. I was like, what the fuck is happening? And I got surprised and I realized, when it's culture and when it's something pure, you cannot lose. However, there is a gray line. It's a fine line. Huh?
What do you mean?
It's a fine line because also, like, for example, when you think about Just Like Butter, the whole culture thing, it's a pure thing.
Yeah. But you just wanted to have it small your whole time?
No, it definitely will be. Okay. It will never turn out into a festival. Never. Yeah. Maybe I will do something else, but Just Like Butter as what it is, it's always going to stay like this. Mm-hmm. If I want to go festival, then I'll create a fucking festival like Butter. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Smoothie.
Smoothie, yeah. But for example, the Just Like Butter is a pure thing. It is what it is. It's a clean thing. There's nothing complex about it. It's basically what it is. It's a fucking block party. Basically what it is. Yeah. I had block parties where I'm from when I was a kid. I just wanted to have it here. That's basically what it is.
And what's the fine line?
The fine line is no matter if it's pure or not, you still have like the only thing that's holding Just Like Butter right now is the people behind it, artists and everybody.
It's not going by itself, you mean? If you weren't there, then there would be no more Just Like
Butter. No. What I'm trying to say is like Just Like Butter, it's hold its name because of other people, artists, not other people who came. I mean, obviously people who came, but like people like Joey, people like friends like Kevin who help out, but you have to keep in mind they did it also for free.
Right.
You know, there was compensation obviously, but like they usually don't do this, right? Mm-hmm. So like the question is, till when will they do it like that? And the question is, when will I manage to give them something? This is the thing.
Yeah, that just comes, I guess, with the sponsorship.
Yes, but it's very. But the thing is like, how far can you go?
I think
because you have to go pretty far to get to the point of sponsorship.
I think honestly, bro, Just Like Butter was so huge, not because of Corona, not because I think was built off the culture, built off the artists that are investing their energy and their time in there, right?
Yeah, they bring also their own people.
But they bring their own people, but it's something, even for the artists, it's something that they don't have access to.
In general.
You understand? In general, they don't have access to.
Yeah, a lot of artists, they said, I just want to come just because I never had it.
Exactly. And the thing is that now that they know that there's something like this,
they can think of their own little platforms to do.
That too, but not only that, is this, I think what we're doing right now, like, and I would say because people that are invested in these type of things and putting energy into it,
it's a collective creative thought.
You once you start supporting each other that are doing this type of thing, right? Yeah. No matter what you're doing, it's gonna exponentially keep growing. To that point to where you're saying that, okay, I can afford to give Kevin 30 euros today for his time. I can afford to give Shay.
That bitch will work for free for me forever.
Yeah. I'm joking. But like then you got the other people that you do, because the same thing I did with the events. Yeah. I had to hustle my ass off to get the money to pay the DJs. Now you know DJ they fucking cost money. It depends on who, right? So
I'm not DJing for you if it's not 300 minimum.
There you go. So I would do extra hours at sports bar, blah blah. And once I had that money, I'd put it away. Like I got my DJ money. I'm safe. Yeah. So now I need somebody to work my door. Okay, 50 euros. I need someone to put the coats up. Okay, 50 euros. I need.
But when you count it, you're over 1,000.
No. So the most I've ever invested in a party by myself was, I would say, 700 euros. Okay.
Yeah. Mine Just Like Butter. The last one was 1,000.
Yeah.
And I lost 100 euros.
As it should be. But you lost monetarily 100 euros. But you gained so.
No, I told myself money would just like butter. Me and Shannon, when we started it, we said even if we make anything, euro or thousands of euros, we will never put it in the pocket. We will put it back into the brand.
In. Yeah. So once I did,
or give it to pay the artist.
Or pay the artist. So once I did that and paid those people, I was already like, okay, I got the money to pay them. My mind was clear. My mind was more like, okay, what's the vibe? What's I'm concentrating on that? That allowed me to be myself even more, which made my hosting that much pure. You know what I mean? Of course. So this is how I know my brand built quickly, because I was able to put myself into this pocket of space. You know, that I was.
But in order for you to be in this pocket, I think you also have to be calm. For example, my thing was like, I remember during the event, literally every 5 fucking minutes to every fucking artist, you good? You need something?
Yeah.
Because you know they're working for free. If I know I pay you 500 euros.
You still gotta do that though.
Yeah.
No.
You want them to come back. You want them to speak out.
No, of course. Me as a person, you know me. I ask you. When we live together, I would ask you every 20 minutes. I am this person, but when you're because you feel some sort of a guilt.
Yeah.
What was that? Was this me?
No.
Oh, that was you. You see, it's not necessarily a big guilt, because you know everybody knows why we all doing it. However, you still will, because I'm the guy who wants to pay everybody. You know what I mean? Right. And not maybe you cost 500, I want to pay you 1,500. Because why not if I have it? You know what I mean?
Right.
So like you do. So if I'm not able to pay you anything, you do feel a little bit like uncomfortable, right? So therefore your persona and your mentality is different. So like I bet, like you said, like I bet if I could be able to fix all of that even my focus on the event would be even better.
It would be a business thing and not a friend thing.
Not necessarily a business thing, but then I can have better and more ideas, because my mentality would be much clearer. I would have more clarity, because I don't have to have guilt for not paying Cory.
But then you have to definitely have the pressure to perform.
Yeah, then you have to have a.
I mean, there's a big that is a big pressure for me. Because
the more money outside money that's involved in the event.
That's why I don't do sponsors.
But
the more that you're gonna want to get there one day. You said it was a fine line.
I'm there. Like that's the difference for me. Like I was already ready to go sponsor, right?
Yeah.
So. I even had this talk with a couple business partners. I was ready to already go sponsor mode, right? And they're like, "Yeah, Cory." Well, I'm like, "Yo, I'm not even talking about sponsors like Adidas or Biosis or whatever, right? Vokill or whatever, right? I was like, we sponsor each other, and then they were like, what you mean? I'm like, bro, HyunGai Dojo will sponsor.
Yeah, this is when you asked me that Just Like Butter is also sponsoring.
Yeah, and I was already there, because I was like, yo, not only are we supporting each other, but we're supporting each other more. So if I'm like,
but they should go automatically, if you ask me.
Yeah, it should. But if you don't say it,
yeah, of course.
And then, like you said earlier, if the person is not in tune with this, or they're putting investment in it, that's why I asked you. But Bruno didn't know me, right? I think Bruno knows me more now. That I'm more serious and I'm like straightforward with this stuff. So for me, it's like if you guys were like, yo, we're doing something with the podcast, or we're doing something, Cory, would you like to sponsor us in a way? Like we need drinks, or we need blah blah blah, right?
Anything, publicity, whatever.
Anything. So it's like,
because we do need anything.
Yeah, right. So it's like, okay, yeah, bro, boom. Every show I'm gonna drop this off. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna at least get it to y'all, and I might not be there, but I'm gonna drop it off.
Yeah,
and
we'll figure it out.
All you gotta do is like, yeah, hey, this week's episode is sponsored by blah blah blah. And that's it. And then when you share it, you tag them. Maybe you got their logo accessible. Like I would send you my logo, you would send me your logo. I would put it on a digital flyer, stuff like that. When this happens, you create more visibility, and then, like you said, when you come to the table, it's you, or it's.
I'm always about that. The only thing which is very important for me usually is like, also you have to know how much does that sponsor affect your content.
Exactly. That's true.
This is one of the reasons why, for example, when Just Like Butter, I even told you when you asked, like, I'm super strict. Like, there's literally now I would say even 100, more than 100 artists that asked for Just Like Butter to come on Just Like Butter to perform. They all got turned down because I'm so specific and picky with but that is just Like Butter. Yeah. You know, however, like that's one of the reasons why people told me like, yeah, but why don't you go to Biotsish? Why don't you go there and there? Mm-hmm. I asked them for sponsorship. I was like, yeah. For example, I had a plug for Red Bull. Very easy to get it. I mean, actually anybody can get Red Bull. It's or like Snipes or shit like it's very easy. Yeah. But how much is this affecting my event? I don't want to look. Yeah, you just first of all, I don't want to. First of all, I never liked the image of sponsorship. Every time I don't
understand. So you want to be independent to the end?
No, I'm just saying that if I can decide, I wish not to see an image of sponsorship. So that's just me mentally. However, also I don't want it. I want because usually when you do sponsorship on that level, usually there's some things you got to do. For example, I remember the venue. They wanted to sponsor. Red Bull wanted to sponsor the venue itself. Mm-hmm. So they have their own deal. So on the day of the event, these two girls come with a Red Bull car.
Yeah, that's what I saw in the parking lot at. Yeah, okay.
Yes,
okay.
And I asked the venue guy. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, they're just gonna walk around, blah blah." I was like, "No, I don't want them walking around. I don't want to have this. I don't want to feel this like a festival or like a big thing. It's a block fucking party. Nobody's selling shit. If somebody's selling shit, is my homie who sells shit, and I told him, come sell shit. They weren't selling
it. They were just giving it away.
No, but I mean, promo. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want no fucking Red Bull bitches fucking walking around. You know, I want my homie walking around. I want a case walking with cookies, not fucking Red Bull walking with Red Bull. Even if they give me 20,000. So yes, I can pay artists. Yeah, but like, I don't want that. And
why'd you call them?
No. Then they went. I asked to drop the Red Bull for him if he wants, but I asked when the event starts, they gotta go. Oh, okay. And then then they parked the car, and then they parked the car and came to the event without the stuff. Yeah, and they were just partying. Out. Yeah,
and they had a good time, bro. They probably was like, damn, this is.
So the thing is with the sponsors, how much that sponsor is. For example, with Joe Rogan, for example, he's like, okay, let's do Spotify, but like, how much are you gonna?
But I gotta. He has his control, so that's the difference.
But it's one thing is Joe Rogan, and one thing is 300, 400 people party in Frankfurt, you know. But it's difficult it's very difficult with sponsors, because you always have to give and lose always, and now it depends on how much you want to, you know. For example, for me, Just Like Butter, it is a fucking block party and it is private. So there cannot be no Red Bulls because it's private. The idea of Just Like Butter is, imagine I invite you to my garden, to my backyard, which I have, and I invite you and tell you bring your baby girl and come to the barbecue. That is Just Like Butter, like on a scale, on a different scale. Yeah. But that's Just Like Butter. So imagine you come to my house and there's like, imagine you come to my house and there's a Red Bull bitch walking around giving Red Bulls. You know what I mean?
That would change my whole perspective of what's going on.
And you know what would change my perspective?
Yeah.
Tell us about yourself, because I think we just jumped into the conversation.
Kevin usually switches topics. Bro, you got to stop doing this, bro.
But I'm going to get there, Kevin. I'm going to get there.
Because this actually comes together. It fits all together. And shit, when you actually talk about...
I mean, the thing is, like...
It's okay, Kevin.
The sponsorship thing, like, that's why, like, I'm different with that shit, bro. I'm trying to build the community back up. Like, when I used to come to Germany and I was living in Wiesbaden as a soldier and stuff like that.
Yeah, you gotta actually do that, because I don't know shit about that. You gotta tell us about that.
Bro, so, like, when I first got in 2007... You know,
wait, let's start from the beginning. Where are you from?
Wait.
Now is it?
Now is this what I just said like a minute ago?
Yeah. I double switched it on you.
He double switched. Yeah. Nah, so I'm born from South Korea. South, guys, because everybody keep asking me what part of Korea. Like, I'm gonna come out the north.
Born South Korea, born and raised.
Born and raised till 9 years old. So Seoul, South Korea. Seoul is capital, right?
Yeah. Beautiful city.
Yeah. So I was basically there, orphaned, adopted at 3 years old.
Oh, okay.
Both my parents worked for the government, right?
So your adopting parents.
Yeah, my adoptive parents.
What happened to your parents, if I can ask you?
My biological parents?
Yeah.
To be honest, I still don't fucking know. Like,
they just left, or what?
I think, honestly, I'm a 1980s baby. Okay, so I'm 83. So back then, a lot of military men were there. They were getting with these women called juicy girls, basically hookers, whatever. I don't know if my mom was a hooker, but I got a certain feeling that she was in this type of field, right? And then, of course, a lot of them had children, Amerasian children, which is half American, half Asian. And this, in the Korean culture, they're still very much of purists. Just like
you
Japanese,
have to be pure Korean.
You know? So I was looked at like a
minority.
Like not even just minority, like an outcast, you know?
Yeah.
So I was already put in this box, right?
Okay.
So then I was put up for adoption. My mother, hey mom, shout out to you.
When was you put out? 3 years old?
Yeah.
Put up on.
Yeah.
So that means you did live with your parents, but you
don't.
No. I think I know I was put up for adoption probably when I was like less than 1. And I probably was like in.
It took a while because of you being.
It takes a while.
Of course.
A mix.
Yeah, mixed. Right.
Also.
So the other kids, a lot of kids got out of there.
Yeah.
But nobody wanted you, basically.
Yeah, because I was Amerasian, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of Korean parents were coming by adopting kids, but they're like.
Pure.
And then like some American, like white American families would come, but I was black. You know what I mean? Like that's just the case. Yeah. So and then my mother, she's from New York, she's black, and my dad, he's from Tennessee, he's black. But my dad already had like 4 children.
Okay.
And then
with your mom or
five children. My bad, 5
from
children.
Different marriages or
He was. I mean, my mom I think was like wife number 4, something like that. So my dad had like 2 sons and 3 daughters, and then they adopted me. But my mom couldn't have children.
Okay.
So, but she wanted children.
Okay.
So she adopted me. I was 3 years old, and then they were working for the government there. She was in the military. She got out, traveled with him to Korea, got her job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they both stayed there. I was with them, raised till about 9, so 6 years. And then I went to the States.
How did you go to the States? Why?
Because their contract.
So you moved with them.
I moved with them. So their contract ended there, and then they moved.
Or Maryland.
Yeah. So I was raised in Maryland, Anne Arundel County. So Odenton is the city. It was a small city. Now it's pretty big. So
there's a film. I'll give you a film based there.
Yeah.
And it was shot in the. Actually, it was shot in the 80s. I'll give you this film. Okay, continue.
Yeah. So basically, I was raised there, and then grew up, whatever.
So you like crab meat?
Huh?
You like crab meat?
Yo, I love seafood. Period, bro.
Right?
Like,
word up.
Like real talk. Like I'm gonna do a seafood day for y'all because I love seafood. Like if I get my hands on some, bro, it's a wrap. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
what's up, man.
But I love fishing. If I could go fishing right now, I would.
Let's go fishing.
I love fishing.
I love fishing.
Crabbing.
Yes.
Yo, I love crabbing.
Oh my god.
I crabbed with my brother Melvin, right? So I basically grew up in a Filipino family too, because his mom would be like, oh, that's my adopted son too, right? So I grew up with them. So that's why most people, I think, like they're like, are you Filipino? I'm like, no, I'm Korean. They're like, yeah, but you got that vibe. I'm like, yeah, I know. I was like basically raised. So I'm like raising 2 different, like the black family and the Filipino family, right? Yeah. So we would go crabbing. And we would go crabbing at the Naval Academy, which is in Annapolis, Maryland, which is the capital of Maryland, right? Yeah. So we would go there, and we would be on the pier, and then you got the anchors for the ships or whatever. So what we would do is take like
nets and
no, like yarn, right?
Okay,
We got raw chicken legs from like the store.
Yeah.
We tie the end. Tied to the anchor, and then you throw it out, right? Because the crabs are like close to the. So then
they're always on the shore.
They're always on the shore. So then you take your pinky or whatever, or your finger, and you feel the tenseness of the rope. And then once you feel that, you pull up slowly, and the other person's got the net.
Yeah.
And then we get. Man, one day, if you know how big a bushel of crabs are, do you know how many bushel of crabs are? We got 2 bushels of crabs worth from there.
Oh really?
Yeah, and
Just
this is
one by
that's
one.
a lot of money.
Was there more than one on the line?
Yo, we had 6 lines out, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yo, how much money did you make?
First of all, this is Maryland blue crab.
Yeah, we have blue crabs in Jersey too.
Yeah, this is the Maryland and blue crab.
This is the finest of the crabs.
This is blue crab is expensive. So then we took it to this place called Shoreline on the way back home, like in our city, right? And what they would do, they would sell seafood and crabs or whatever, right? Okay. But then like they would also, if you brought them your catch, you can sell it to them. or they can cook it for you. They can steam it for you. And
you gotta pay for that cooking.
Yeah, you pay for that, but you don't pay that much. You pay like $10 or something.
What you catch, they cook for you.
Yeah, that's cool. So we sold one bushel, and at that time the bushel market rate was like $110, and then the other bushel they cooked for us for $10. So we made 100. Yeah. We gave half to his mama, and then the other 50 we had for ourselves. And then we went home and ate, bro. And we was like there. And then, you know, the Filipinos, Asians, we got to have rice. So they got the rice. And then his mom would make this butter sauce.
Crazy.
You know, with the corn and the butter sauce or whatever. And we sit there for 3 hours, bro.
Oh, man, this now brings me, I want to go back to my country. I want to,
Hey, so, like, for real,
and usually fishing or crabbing, I remember was one of the most calming things I ever did in my life. I always did it during night with Grandpa. Yeah. It was so nice, so quiet. You're alone. There's nobody. Yeah.
And you got to be patient. It teaches you patience. Yeah. Like it really teaches you.
And the reward is definitely worth it.
Yeah. Oh man, super worth it. But that's like, you know, seafood is part of my life, man. Like we was out there, and then when we got older, Melvin would just we'd have the military IDs from our parents and stuff, and then we just go rent a boat from NWR. And then his parents had like a big avalanche truck, so we tow it, and then we go out to like the ocean, and then underneath the Bay Bridge. So the Bay Bridge is like the biggest, longest bridge in Maryland, and we would go under there, and we'd fish at night. And the fish would come out like this big.
Crazy. I never caught that.
What's the beach at? I stayed there one
Ocean City, Maryland?
Yeah, I went there like maybe 6 years ago. I met my sister down there. We went for New Year's. Yeah. So we partied.
Oh, y'all was wildin', bro. New Year's in Ocean City?
Yeah, because we got a hotel room, like a nice suite. Yeah. And then went to a nice club and shit. And then went back on the beach and then chilled. We had it right up. Our room looked right out into the water and everything.
Ocean City is just crazy, bro. It's like, I don't know. It's like it got something for everybody. You a kid, you a grown up, it don't matter. Every hotel got like right to the beach. Like,
right on.
Like dip out and go to the beach or whatever. At night you can do some things. You know what I'm saying? You out there or whatever. Like
I think my sister got it like in a fight or something.
Nah,
with her ex-man back then. It was crazy. He was a military. He was a scout.
Yeah.
So
okay. He had a lot of angst and PTSD.
But he was out there.
But I grew up in Maryland, and then like, you know, 19 years old, like I tried to do my college thing, right? And then like I wasn't
the way he said it.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't like that focused, because I did ask my mom, like, let me take a year break and then go into college. She's like, there ain't no breaks in this family, right? So I was like, all right. so then like my grades came back, you know, my grades came back, and she was like, what the is this? Like you ain't even going to class. Like what you been doing and whatever. And then she was like, all right, listen. You ain't going to go to school. You got to get you a job, right?
Yep.
Yeah, same what my mom said.
But then she said the other part, or you got to got my house, right? Yeah. And the way she said it, and then I had my family in the house, right? So, you know, teenage mind, like at the end, you're like, yo, what? So Melvin was there.
Talk to me like this.
Yeah. Melvin was there. So I was like, all right, sucked it up, grabbed these trash bags, bro. Right, the black trash bags. Like I grabbed like a bunch of them, went upstairs, bro.
2 times.
Yo, Melvin was like, yo, what you doing, yo? I was like, yo, man, we're packing up my shit, bro. He's like, where you gonna go? I was like, I don't care. I got my car outside, my Suzu Rodeo, bro. I sleep in my car. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, think about what you doing right now. Just think, you acting rash. And I was like, yo, you my brother or not? What's up? He's like, yo, why you gotta? All right. And he started stuffing clothes in the bag, and then he was just trying to calm me down. I was like, yo, nah. Yo, when I came down the steps, bro, my family was looking from the kitchen, bro. They was looking at me like, he not gonna do it. Bro.
I did.
Yo, we went out, bro. Half the Suzu Rodeo was filled up with black trash bags, right?
I totally know.
I dipped out with Melvin. Melvin was like, yo, man, just
come back?
just come. Nah, just come sleep at my crib, man. My mom's ain't gonna trip right now. I'm gonna tell her tomorrow what happened or whatever, blah, blah, right? So I was there. And I was there for about like 3 months. In this time, his pops was like,
you gotta get a job.
Actually, no, I stayed at his cousin's place first. Yeah. But then his cousin's family kicked me out, I guess, because I wasn't really doing nothing. I was depressed as hell. And then Melvin took me in there, and then I was there for like 2 months. Yeah. And then his dad was like, yo, tell Cory he got to do something. Like, in this family, we hustling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, all right. It's like, yo, my dad said, yo, you try to find a job. Like, he ain't gonna kick you up, but you gotta find. Yo, so I went up the block to Columbia, Maryland, in this area, right? And then I basically got a job at Applebee's, bro, as a waiter.
Okay.
All right. So as a waiter, so I did this for 6 months, but like within 3 months, like I was coming home with like $150 like tip in my like, you know.
I used to love that tip money.
And
the best.
And then one day, they project the most alcohol sales, whether from the bar, whether from the service or whatever, right? I had alone in one day 14% of the alcohol sales for that day.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a fucking
that's a lot.
Yeah.
So the manager came, was like, yo, I heard that was you. I was like, yeah. He's like, how you doing? I was like, I don't know. I guess just I'm a people person. He's like, yeah, but yo, we had the mucho margaritas. You sold like 20 of those. Then we had like pitchers of beer. Then you had like high end whiskeys and you like all different type of stuff, right? Like yeah. And then he was like, and then lunchtime, 14% the whole day, but at lunchtime you was able to sell 5% alcohol at lunchtime. Who the hell came in here and drank at lunchtime? And were you concerned? I was like, yeah. I told them, I was like, hey, maybe y'all don't want to drink too much. You can have a beer, you can have a whatever. And some of them were like, yo, my office is right here. I'm not even driving back there. I had a hard day, man. Let me get this mucho margarita real quick. I was like, all right. So I had 14% sales, but like that day I came back with a super fat wad. Like I think I had like 500 in tip. And I put 300 on the kitchen table, like at my boys' place, at Melvin's. Yeah. And then I just went up, kicked it with Melvin. I ain't say nothing, went to sleep, right? Woke up, went to work, came back home. Melvin was like, yo.
Yo, I found some money. I found some money.
Come here. Yo, my dad said someone left 300 on the table. I was like, yeah, did he take it? He's like, yeah. He's like, that was you? I was like, yeah. He's like, yo, my dad was like, yo. And then he told his dad, like, something his dad came to me, was like, gave me a beer. He was like, sit down real quick. I knew you was a hustling motherfucker. I knew all I had to say was like, you know what I'm saying? Something. You a hustling goddamn. You know what? Good job. He's like, I don't expect the 300 like that. Like, if you do that once a month, we good. Like, you know what I mean? So I drop him like a 50 like every like 2 days or something like that, right? It would be equate to probably more than $600. But he was just like, yo, Cory can stay, he can do whatever hell he want. He good. You know what I'm saying? And then I ended up joining the army because.
So you never went back home?
Nope. Nice. Never went back home, man. Never asked my mom for.
I was gonna say the difference between that story is my mom had the 2 garbage bags, the black ones, coming up the driveway with my stuff. She already packed for me.
Damn.
So like, you know, that's I pimped her.
She kicked you out for real, bro. She backed your shit.
I was back only for like 2-3 months and shit, and I also never went back.
Yeah.
I never went back.
Yo, I ain't
my problem was I went out, but I forgot the bags. And then after a week, I realized, oh shit, I don't have my shit. And then I came back for it, took it.
And then what? Then you didn't come back either?
Back, no.
So, listen.
And I was 15.
Don't forget your bags.
I was 15 when I left
the
bro,
house. That's brave.
15, then I was in school for that year, and then I decided to drop out. And
and then I joined the army with Melvin's brother. So we went into the army together. We were supposed to do the buddy program.
Yeah, me too. I had a similar situation.
But the recruiter got us, yo. F these recruiters out there not telling the truth.
My homie didn't make the weight, and then he just lost motivation. So and like the recruiter, he could have been like motivating him, gave him incentives and shit, but he didn't. So I just said, you know what? I already made the decision. I need to get away from here, college, and all that shit. I just went in there.
What's a meat buddy thing?
Huh?
Like you go in with your homie, your best friend, or whoever.
Yeah,
like friend, and you automatically go to the
together
and do the whole entrance thing and basic training.
You basically need someone
and your first duty station. So
and the first duty station. I don't remember.
Yeah, you go through.
But it's basically the idea of it that you have someone going through this
with you.
So we would have been both in Germany for Reed.
Yeah,
shit.
You know what I'm saying? So you would go through basic.
That would have been trouble.
You would go through basic. You go through training school, and then you both would pick a place or they would put both of you in a place. So you pick a place or whatever, or you do, and then you go to the same duty station. And then after that, y'all end up splitting, but it was enough time for you to like
build with each other.
But that is actually very good when I
think
think about it, because like army scares the. I was the first, I think, generation who didn't have to do, because we usually when you end high school, you gotta do 1 year army.
Damn.
That was in Croatia. Like, it was mandatory. My dad still to this day talks like, man, you bitches should have done it, because
it scares you.
No,
you have respect for it.
You become a man. It turns you into a fucking man. Yeah, it's not army like you got it. Like you just have this. I don't know what's the. It's called army curfew in Croatia.
Yeah.
Which basically means after high school 1 year.
Yeah.
Which actually you gotta go to the army. That's it. You go to the army. You don't go to no post, no anything. It's mandatory. And when I think about it now, first of all, it's good, because first of all you learn discipline. You become a man, and second of all, you even have a year to chill before, if you want to do college or something.
There you go. Yeah.
So actually, it's pretty cool. And I think I was the first or the second generation after they. No, I was the first one to not have it.
Okay.
I think our generation was the first one to not have it. My dad still bitches about it today. But what I wanted to say is, army scares the shit out of me. And imagine, and like, I think it's pretty cool.
You would have made it in the 90s with Spice Girls and shit. Then.
No, but what I wanted to say, it's cool that you had this body thing.
Yeah.
Because like watching the movies, listening to the stories, I don't think I would.
That's not 1 year. That's 4 years.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I don't think I could survive a lone army.
In Korea, you
can only do a year tour, but would that be also your first tour? Can't be Korea.
I did.
Yeah?
Yeah, I volunteered for it, actually.
Oh, okay. I put Germany, Italy, and...
you got lucky as hell,
I
bro.
got lucky as hell. I put everything on Japan.
Yeah.
I don't know why I picked Japan, even though it's like a Navy shit.
You would have... Most of the time, you would have probably got sent to Japan before Germany. So they must have just needed
you said Italy, bro. I could not imagine your potato ass in Italy.
I would have loved Italy. Italy would have been my...
No, I know, but like imagine him in Italy. Yeah. Like I cannot imagine him in Italy. Like what? Hello,
He's like, whatever. This dude go over there, right?
I learned German quick. I would have learned Italian.
This dude would have got fat with pasta and had like 2 kids from Italy, bro.
I cannot imagine you in Germany. I can totally imagine, but I cannot imagine.
Nobody could imagine me in Germany. It was actually the other way around. Like Italy was like they could have easily pictured my family.
I don't know. Me knowing you right now, I cannot put you in Italy right now.
Yeah, so
some tutti frutti shit.
So I volunteered for Korea because I was like, man, I want to go back to Korea.
You want to go back home?
Because I was like not there since 9 years old.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I got a chance. And even the my drill sergeant was like, what? Korea? Boy, you crazy? You know they got curfew and they got all that. And I was like, yeah, you know I'm part Korean, right? He's like, oh yeah, I forgot. He's like, so what you? Oh, to go back to your roots a little bit. But I was like, yeah. He's like, that's very honorable. Private Marshal. Like that's what he was like. That's very honorable, Private Marshal. I'm gonna put it down, and I'm gonna guarantee that you get that because ain't nobody volunteering.
Yeah, nobody. I had a Korean dude in my basic and shit, and he was doing it just to get papers. You know how like when you do the 4-year tour, then you get your automatic citizenship.
What's the thing with the Korea? Why?
Well, because
it's just a partnership.
What's the thing
with the
why nobody wants to go?
Yeah.
Well, first the thing is that if you even have a family, like let's say you're already married, you got kids. Some people join the military so they can have a more stable life.
Yeah.
You can't bring your wife or kids.
Yeah, to Korea. My dad went like twice or 3 times.
Yeah, most of the time, and that's called an unaccompanied tour. So which means it's like depending on your rank. If you don't have a higher rank, bro, like you're not gonna be able. You don't have that option.
Yeah.
So if you're like a private through like let's say sergeant, not happening. Staff sergeant and up.
Yeah.
Staff sergeants have like
even sergeant cannot. Wow.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean now it's different. Now they changed some more rules because they want more people to go. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, my aunt went just like maybe a couple years ago, twice actually, and she didn't bring her family, but you shorten your tour when you don't. Bring your family.
If you don't bring your family, you like do 1 year.
Yeah.
If you bring your family, you do 2 years.
Yeah. Just like Germany though, like you had 3 years if you brought your family and shit.
It's 3 years anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, true.
It's 3 years.
But wait, so
because I was a single soldier, so I didn't have a 3 year.
Bro, right now,
I got extended.
Yeah, right now it's 3 years.
But wait, it depends on the country. So like if you get sent to Germany, then Germany determines if it's 3 or 2 years.
No, Germany has nothing to say about
not Germany. No,
the place he's talking about.
I'm talking about like
location.
Base, like for example, if you get sent
not the base, it's the country.
Who decides? The country decides.
Yeah.
So Korea decides 1 year or 2 years. Germany says 3, 4.
No. America says we're gonna keep our soldiers there
for 3 years.
Yeah. Germany has nothing to say to America. Like they have the
stay here.
So America decides.
Yeah, it's an inner policy.
U.S. decides, but like, okay, I as U.S. decide you're gonna go there. Germany's for 4 years.
Actually, Kevin, that's not true.
What do you mean?
The thing is if we think about how we know now what's going on.
Because you can extend though.
But if we think about what we know now, right? Because of the SOFA agreement, right?
Yeah. Germany
has a little to say how long, like the soldiers can stay. Why? Because it's also a business move. Yeah. So like, let's say if they say, okay, for each soldier it costs this much money for us to house them, blah 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 here. And then they don't, but they on the outside they don't have to pay taxes. Yeah. But the Germans know if a soldier's here 3 years,
they also get boost the economy. Yeah.
There you go.
So they're gonna stay, and they're probably gonna make a family here.
Exactly, and then and then maybe they're gonna make a family here, up our population,
boom, taxes.
That's it. They
it's
know.
It's a fucking business.
It's a business
Everything
deal.
is a project. Everything, even the war is a project. War is not a war. War is a project.
I tried to extend
because
Kaylee, because my ex was pregnant with Kaylee. I tried to extend. I didn't get my extension, but I guess because of how well I was doing.
You guys weren't married, right?
Yeah. Not yet, right?
Yeah.
And how well
I had the same situation.
How well I was doing, and my clearance per se. Yeah. They was like, nah, bro, you too nice. We sending you to DC. I was like,
I had Fort Lewis.
My friend got sent.
Yeah, I was like DC.
My friend got sent to
Washington.
DC now.
Yeah.
Tony. Shout out to Tony if he's listening.
Hey man, have a good time in the DMV, bro. So DC, and I was like, DC, and the order.
But that's like going back home for you.
Yeah. But so I was like, okay, you're not gonna give it to me here, but you're gonna send me back home. I didn't say nothing. I was like, all right. I mean, it was hard for me and my ex, right? I was like, damn, I'm gonna tell her, like, you know what I mean? But I made the paperwork so I get my passport, come back for the birth and everything like that, which was not that far away. It was like 3 months later or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So, and then to figure out, like, get an apartment, because I was a staff sergeant, set up a home, a little bit how I could, whatever. So when Kaylee arrived, she had her, like, the nursery or whatever. And me and Elaine can pick the furniture and all that, right?
So wait,
shout out to Elaine.
Kaylee got born here.
Yeah. Kaylee, listen, my daughter is straight FFM. If y'all don't know, the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like Eintracht, all of that. You know what I'm saying? And,
but my question is, can you walk away from this life as a soldier, in the army?
There's points. So like Kevin said, like, it depends on your contract.
No, but let's say you have a 1-year tour and you 7 months in you flip out and you're like, I'm out.
Then you have disability.
Yeah, if you flip out, like what? What do you mean?
No, I just fucking flip out. I don't want to do this shit no more.
Nah, bro.
Oh no. Nah,
you're gonna be considered AWOL, or you're gonna be considered, or you're gonna get
federal prison. You don't want to go to Leavenworth.
Yeah, or you're gonna get
chaptered.
Or you're gonna get or you're gonna get chaptered out. You're gonna get a chapter 14 or what, right? Yeah. Chapter 14 for not being able to. What do they call that?
But that's worse than a dishonorable. Going like
no,
AWOL.
It's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's if you be like, I can't deal with this no more, right? And you go to the doc and you do
psychiatry. No, I thought he meant actually just walking out and be like,
yes, I meant that.
I know
for a fact you can. I know
going AWOL is way different.
Yeah, you're talking about just like leaving.
Yes, I know. For
you done,
bro. Prison.
You done.
You're working like 23 hours.
Hey, you are wanted. You are wanted federal. You are a wanted federal fugitive, bro. At that moment.
That is crazy.
Like you might as well be a terrorist. You know what I'm saying, or something, bro. Because
when they catch
you,
you done.
And then you're going to get clowned when you get up in there and be like, what'd you do? Man, I just ran out the gate, man. I didn't want to come back. Like, what the? You ain't do nothing? Like, you didn't.
20 years.
Like, you didn't get caught. You didn't get caught smoking weed. You didn't get caught doing no drugs, nothing.
Yugoslavia will probably get shot for that.
Yeah. So you get
You wish you would have got shot.
Yeah. Basically.
Because you don't want to go to an army prison, because they have you working all day. There is no fucking you waking up and chilling and maybe playing cards with the. Nah, you work.
That is a forever corrective training camp.
They just fucking like, you got 20 years. You 20 years working. You're gonna come out like this. If you make it out, like mentally.
You ever saw that movie? What's that? The Last Castle?
No.
So it's about this guy that gets sent to Fort Leavenworth.
Fort Leavenworth.
But he's like a colonel or whatever, right? Yeah. And you're not allowed to salute anymore. You lose all your military rank and privileges. Yeah. But inside there, everybody knows, has a rank, right? Yeah. So they utilize that
everywhere, and also in the normal prison.
Yeah, normal prison, gangs and the hierarchy. But then it's like, but at Leavenworth, bro, they like, yo, you ain't pick up that fucking big ass rock over there and take Sergeant. It over there, bro. Like the whole time, like all day long.
Yes,
man.
Sergeant Major.
How many years? How many years can you get?
What?
You get live? You don't get live.
Depending on what you do, you can get.
Yeah, I think there's.
No, if I walk out.
No. I think that's like a minimum of what, 10?
I want to say at least 10.
10 years.
That's still like no parole type shit.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Leavenworth.
10.
That's just. Leavenworth, you really working, bro. It's a work prison.
Yeah, I read articles about the prison, but I never.
And you don't want to go there.
And think about that though. Like your contract was like 3 years, then you bounced. And then now you got to do 10 years. And then it's
prison. That's really, the
hell,
government
bro.
owns your ass. Like when you signed it the first time, you're like, 4 years. And then all of a sudden it's like 10 years plus.
Yeah, you'd be like, damn.
Oh, wait, after I'm done, let's say after I'm done with my tour, I'm out. Then I can go out.
Then you're out.
Like when the contract is over,
you can go
I
out.
can do whatever the fuck I want.
You can get out and you'll have an honorable discharge.
You can sign up for 2 years, 4 years, or 10 years, I think, right away.
Yeah, and then that resume, the honorable discharge on your resume, right? Mm-hmm. That shit look good, bro.
What's the benefit of being in the army?
Which one you want?
My question is this:
they pay for your room and board and health insurance. But
my question is, what if you're in the army? I mean, obviously you don't join the army to go fucking kill motherfuckers. Yeah. You just go because you were in the situation, like you said, they pay you.
No, that's not. Everybody has that.
Everybody has a reason.
No. I know a lot of people in the army right now. I know that there's different reasons why people go, but most of that I know is usually like, yo, I'm kind of fucked up. I could use a good paycheck. Most of my friends I know, they're all because of the money in it, or because of the safe. It's like you said, it's a safe job. It's a very safe job.
Just to clear one thing up, it does not matter. Everybody goes in for their own thing, right? But you still have to take an IQ test.
Yeah, you still gotta get it.
No, you need to take the test, and this test decides what job you can even get.
Yeah, I know. My friend wanted to do special ops, and he couldn't get in.
If you got arrested, and do all that shit, you can't do certain jobs already from the bat. Like there's certain stuff that is already blocked off.
If it's in your file.
So it's like people, they do go in for but they usually end up in like infantry.
Yes.
Like they.
My question is this: when you're in the army, no matter what, let's say a private, right? Mm-hmm. My question is, let's say shit blows, I don't know, fucking Russia again, whatever, right? And you're in the army. You're usually, I mean, there's millions of positions in the army, right? Yeah. But let's say you're, I don't know, you're in a camp, you're in a, is it called a camp?
What?
Yeah.
Post. You're on post.
You're on post. Yeah. Usually it's like this type of work, right? Let's say some shit happens. Then you'd have, if you on a 4-year contract, and they say, Cory, you're going on the front line. Can they control? Like, you don't have no.
You
say?
going?
Yeah, you got orders.
You're going, bro.
You get a piece of paper.
You're going.
You fucking going.
You're going.
You're going.
There's no. There's no stop. Do not pass go. Like you going, bro.
I remember
if you inside the contract, you're going. Huh?
You're going, bro.
Yeah.
Shit.
Like that is the number one
Your
thing.
Your
name
gets pulled.
Yeah, the number one thing in the military is it is a war machine. So like the first thing, everybody, Kevin, you, me, right? No matter if I do communications, which I did, no matter if you're a good IT guy on the computer, no matter
or
if
fucking sniper.
If Kevin's he's gonna go anyway, sniper. But let's say a different job. Let's say he's a mechanic.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So no matter what, the first job you ever have is you better know how to use that rifle. That's it. Everybody turns into this infantry guy. Everybody.
Yeah, infantry, my dad was infantry.
So, but now your dad, because he's infantry, he knew more skills on that, right?
Infantry is the one who goes scouts?
No.
No, shit, my dad was a scout. My dad was his fucking...
He's part of...
My dad had to go... he was the most dangerous one.
Yeah.
The first who goes around and comes back. Yeah.
He's part of the infantry collective,
yes.
But he's a like a pathfinder scout. So he recons the area and says, yo, they got this over here, they got this over here. Yo, dog, we don't want to go that way. You know what I'm saying? He comes back and be like, this is my report.
That was my pops, yeah.
And then the generals will sit around the table and be like, okay, this is the reconnaissance report we got. This is our best avenue of approach.
But that shit is scary. My dad told me so many stories during
he probably got some ill shit.
Yo, he told me crazy. He told me one story. Our war was very, like, sorry for the listeners, our door is open, but no. Anyway, our ward was way different. I think every Geneva Convention was broken there. He told me one story when he was in the base camp. There was an old guy nobody liked because you got picked. If you was a guy who was going to the army, so they come to your house, your name is picked. If you don't come, you as good as dead. Especially during Yugoslavia, you would get sent to basically, we had this thing called Naked, I told you about it, Naked Island. It's the same as the, what's the name, L4, what's the name of this prison?
Ellis Island.
The jail the prison you get sent
for Leavenworth.
Leavenworth. It's basically the same thing as that.
You said island.
No, but it was on the island, and it was called the Naked Island. It was basically you people who got sentenced to Naked Island. They usually would pop them if they could get a chance. They made sure that you don't get a chance. So you really had to know somebody. If you want to kill usually people wanted to kill themselves before going there, but it was very hard because they knew that, so you were in isolation weeks before you would even go. Anyway, the guy was telling my pops and his, like the kids, because this is all kids 18, 19, right? He's telling them this when they drop grenades, when you the best thing you can do is lay down, because if the grenade hits even 2 meters away from you, you're safer laying next to it than running 20 meters next to it, because when it explodes, it goes up. You know, it goes like, I don't know, 35, 45 degrees, and then spreads really, and it goes like up to 100 meters. You know, it's funny when people think of the bombs in the movies. They like, bro, if the bomb explodes 15 meters from here, we're fucked, bro. We all probably, shrapnels and shit.
This everybody in this room, you're done.
Everybody, we're done. And anyway, and my dad told me that he remembered that, like, because this guy was super old, like he was like 80 and shit. The only reason he was there because his son was I don't know, some sergeant or whatever. I don't know. He was literally there volunteer, as a volunteer, right?
Wow, okay.
And he was just philosophizing about this bomb shit, and everybody was like, yeah, this old motherfucker. So my dad and his I don't know the words for it, his crew,
Oh, you mean like his squad?
His squad. So my dad and his squad, they did a mission, whatever, I don't know, they had to get infantry, so I don't fucking know. Basically, they were at this house, it was winter time, and the house was without the roof, so super fucking cold, and all of a sudden you can hear
mortars coming in,
boom 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 boom. And everybody starts running, and my dad and everybody went to the bunker of that house, to the basement of that house. And my dad told me that he when he wanted to get in, there were so many, they're all kids, so many kids inside crying. You cannot even get in, like you could not get in. And he's like, okay, fuck it, we gotta run. Because one guy or a couple of guys, they went towards where the bombs were coming to just scout it out, and then they saw them coming. So the idea, what they used to do, this was a very popular thing to do, they would throw bombs, and as they're throwing, they're going closer and closer, So that's just usually when the bombs are coming, you're basically hiding, you're not running. Right. So I'm using this time advantage to come closer to you. So the guys came back, they're like, yo, they're coming for us. So they started running. And I remember, and my dad told me then he remembered the story when the grenades were dropping, that he remembered it. He really just went down, and his friend also, the two of them, they went down because they remembered it, and everybody else was running and panicking. And my dad told me that he remembered that he was on the ground just looking up every now and then. He would just literally see bodies fucking exploding and shit. Crazy shit. And then from the whole fucking squad or whatever, I don't know what is. How big, but like he told me that he lost him and his friend, they lost the contact with the squad. So he told me that that they think that like 15 people survived out of a fucking 100 or something squad. And him, two of them, my dad and his friend, they couldn't go straight towards back to the base because they knew this is no way. So they had to go around. So what they did, they made a circle, different route towards the base, and they basically you had a river, and you know how you have that thing on each side of the river.
The bank.
The bank. So they went all across. So across the bank to the river, but they were walking. Basically, what's the name of the thing? The connection with the river and the
Oh, so they were on like just on the side of where the water.
So this is the water, and they're like in the bush, like walking. I don't know what's the word for it in English.
Tunnel?
No tunnel, bro.
It feels like you were trying to say it. I just felt like I was there, like I was walking around the bank.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know exactly.
You know what I mean.
They're going on that,
and they're walking. So basically, their legs are in the water, right? So they're walking, and he told me you cannot believe, you don't know if a head's gonna pop out of that bank, you know, because if it pops, you're done because it's above you. Yeah. So they were like literally like walking. Then every 5 minutes, stay. Do you hear something? No, okay. And it took them like a day or two almost. Yeah. And this was just one story he told me, you know, and he told me lots of stories like that. And I was like, yo, I could not fucking survive. Like, this is terrifies the shit out of me.
The crazy thing is, man, in war, like, you'd be surprised what your body and your mind can do. Yeah. Like, it's crazy.
This he also told me. He told me as well this.
It's crazy.
But you should never get afraid about people's stories, because once you put into that same situation yourself, and it doesn't even have to be into war.
Survival
instinct. Your training comes in. Your adrenaline's pumping. Your survival instinct. Even most people that get shot, they'll tell you they got shot, and they didn't know they got shot.
This I know a lot of.
They didn't know they got shot, and their adrenaline takes over, and then someone tells them like, "Yo, man, you got shot," and then they be like,
and focus.
Then they focus on it, be like, "Oh," and then they feel the pain, right? Yeah. But then because of this adrenaline that was pumping, it actually saved their life.
I heard stories. Yeah. But I remember once I was watching. I remember Black Hawk Down came out.
Oh, yeah.
I remember my dad being so pissed because you know what happened. The soldier American got like they brutalized him. Yeah. My dad was for some reason pissed about it. He never had no thing with the States. He actually never liked Americans. Yeah. And anyway, I remember watching the Black Hawk Down, and since then I was all into this, Spec Ops, fucking whatever soldier shit. But the only reason I was into it because they look fucking fresh as fuck. I always liked because they look scary and cool and dangerous. Not that I think the war is cool. They just look, fucking dominating and shit. So I was into it. I remember watching Black Hawk Down. After that, I was like so into. I would research and this and that as much as I could when I was a kid. And then I remember, I think 4 years from now, I came to my dad and I told him like, yeah, I did some paintball and shit, blah blah. He was like, yeah, Dad, you can shoot, do. And I said something like, yeah, you can pop a motherfucker from here, like across that river, let's say. And my dad is looking at me, what? You sure about that? I was like, yeah, for sure, man. Because I'm playing games and fucking paintball. He's like, all right, let's go. And then we went to a friend. He had M4 to the shot range. Yeah. This is actually not legal and shit. Anyway, bro, there's no way you can hit a target like for 100 meters from here with M4. There's no fucking way you're gonna hit a target. Because I thought, I
could.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
no, it's gotta be. It's more than 100 meters, bro, for sure.
I was saying 100 meters, I could.
1,000 meters, 1,000 meters.
No, but like for example, I thought watching films, watching how they documentaries, everything. Me shooting from a gun, and I thought, if I see 100 meters away, motherfucker from 100 meters away, I could shoot him. I thought so, bro. No, I can shoot him. Maybe if I really focus for 30 seconds and he's not moving, but a moving target at 100 meters. I don't know about you guys, but I was like, wow. Yeah. And my dad told me you also have to keep in mind this was the guys who went into the war during Yugoslavia war
were trained like
they were trained for fucking 3 months and they went on the front line. This is kids who just like, this is how you pull, this is how you shoot. That's it. Yeah. Don't look back. Like make sure you got your that's how they. So like hitting a target. So because I thought war is like dum, 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 dum. My dad was like, no, it was. You don't shoot 100 meters away because you're not gonna hit it. You're saving your bullets.
And two, I would say you need this one shot, one kill.
Your dad was more talking about like close quarters battles. Like
it was most of the times close quarters battles because there's no way. First of all, they were the Croatians. Then they didn't have the military support. So they literally have ammo, like they mix, like some guys would go with AKs and then some random guns.
It was more like it was like rebel tactics. Like, they get whatever they can.
I mean, the last tactic the Croatia had, the mission was called the Storm in '96. This is now your army is studying it. To this day, you guys are studying this. So like, we were we were rebels, but we were more, we were good at it.
You were organized. You were more organized. Yeah.
I think this. I'm not will right now, but I will give props to Croatia. The '96 Storm mission was, they say, one of the most advanced missions in the world at the time.
Definitely at that time in the '90s. Yeah. Yeah.
I got some question. You got to pick.
Hey, before this question, I really wanted to ask you for the whole time of this podcast, ever since you said you were adopted, but we went. When did you find out you were adopted?
I knew right away.
By like 5, 6. How? As soon as you could have remember.
At 3. When I got adopted, I knew right away. Like,
yeah, but you didn't understand it probably at the time.
Nah, I didn't really understand it. But okay, when I understood it,
like when it hit you, and when
I probably was like maybe like 5 years old.
So before States.
Yeah.
And how did you go through life with your family, knowing that you were adopted? Did it ever left some search?
It does. It's traumatizing, man. Yeah. It's like traumatizing. Like you're a child, and then you know that you weren't wanted by your original family. That shit scars you, bro. Mm-hmm. Isn't it? I mean, I'm not like, even to this day, like, do I think about finding my biological like parents and like my bloodline and stuff like that, just to like know certain things, and maybe I got some brothers and sisters out there. Like, I don't. What
kind of diseases is hereditary?
Yeah, hereditary and stuff. Because I got Kaylee right now. Like, so if something pops off with Kaylee,
you should know.
Like, I should be able to tell her something, right? So I'm still. I told myself last year, like, okay, like within 2 years from now, I want to like do this. Like, I wasn't mentally prepared for that, right? So now, like, I was definitely ready, like, to go into this next year to do it. I might still do that, like, maybe, like, I don't know, after summertime or whatever. I gotta see what these first 6 months.
Would you like to document it?
Do you want to do it like
why not?
Because it sounds like a good documentary.
Yeah,
do you want to do like a DNA thing and try to see if there's on a family tree already? You know how, like, when you do
this is a cool idea, but it doesn't. I don't know. Like, I do.
You might get lucky and be like, see, like a related brother or sister or something that's even closer.
Michael Jordan's my cousin. Damn.
I seen. Who did it? Yo, shout out to Angel. Angel did this.
Okay.
And
he found a cousin.
And it shows like a lot of these people, man. Yeah. And one was like 70%, like, you know, and he was like, oh snap, like, that's a lot. Like, you know, anything over 50%, you like,
it's
man.
It's a second, third cousin.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't mind doing that, but I've always imagined myself going back to Korea and going through that shit, like really, like
original,
like going
OG
through as much as I can, and then whatever I find out from it, like, let's say like some of the family migrated to the States, like California.
Then you go to California.
Then I go over there.
Bro, that's a lot of money, bro.
Yeah, it is, but
you don't have to do it at one time.
No. Like, the first step would be go over there, get as much information. Well, actually, the first step would be holler at my mother, because she's got documents or whatever.
Yeah, of course.
Right, and then go from there. Go with that over to Korea.
Who knows? Imagine you're like thinking there's like this big process, and then you call your moms, and she's like, "Yeah, I know the woman. It's here's their documents." You're like, "Oh, okay."
Cory, the K-pop star.
And then I think. But the thing is, I never wanted my mother. You know, like, and I hope she watches this one day, but I never wanted my mother to feel like she was not my mother.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
You thought that would be
so
like
it's
a disrespect by you looking for.
Yeah, and
not necessarily disrespect, but I know what
you
mean.
And I remember one time talking about it when I was like 17, and I saw her face like kind of like was like
scared.
Why the fuck you want to do? This, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, mom, it's just, you know, like everybody should know where exactly they come from.
Yeah, but that's all it is.
Because even my mom was adopted.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
You know, so but she knows where exactly she comes from. So she was like, okay, I get it, but I think now at 38, coming on 38, it's like, look, listen, I got to knock this out. You know what I mean? Because I don't want it to like.
I think it's also a different thing when you knock it out in 38 and 17.
Yeah, way different.
With the kid,
with the child, with the more maturity,
and time is of essence.
Time, and then what would this do dynamically to my family? Like, but for me, I know it wouldn't change nothing big, but it would change a lot in me. You know what I mean? Like,
definitely.
It would bring me to a closure in a sense. Yeah. But also, if I have a brother and sister or whatever out there, like, I don't care if they doing good or not. I want them to, like, I'm here too. So, you know what I mean? Like you have more family. You know what I mean? Like, and who knows? They could be married with like 2-3 kids or whatever. I don't know, like, how old they are, how young they are. Maybe I'm the oldest. Yeah. Maybe I'm the youngest.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's super cool, and it at the same time it's like very, scary at times, I would say, for me.
Yeah, I bet.
Because it's just like there's a lot of variables. There's a lot of what ifs. There's a lot of like, I don't know, you know?
But you got to go the only way.
You got to go through it.
Yeah, you gotta
it's
go
like,
through it,
y'all ever watched that movie, Antoine Fisher?
Yeah.
With Denzel Washington? And the kid that was like in the foster homes or whatever, and he finally found his family, and it was a big, and the grandmother was like, all the food was there, and he never, and then the grandmother was like, come here, and she was still there, all wrinkled, and held his hand, and made him sit down next to her, because for her, like, you could see in her eyes, like, wow, there's somebody else in my family. Like, it was just and it just put him in a place of like stillness and calm and wanted, and love, you know? And then he was like looking at all the food, and they were giving him all this food, and he had to pig out, right?
That's a good ass movie, actually. That's
super good.
Movie.
Every time I watch it, I cry, because it really hits me. It's not like a movie that's like, oh, it's Denzel, okay, this shit is cool. Like, I'd be like, God damn, bro. Like, I don't imagine it being like that for me, but it's just a point of like, you belong somewhere already, and then you also have another piece of your puzzle. Yeah. You know, so I feel like this is a piece of my puzzle that's not there.
Yeah, but I definitely think you have to.
I will. I don't know if it's gonna be this year coming up. It might be the year after, only because.
Yeah, my friend, he never met his father. He doesn't want to. Still to this day, he's 30. Yeah. He's about to turn 30. Yeah. And I told him, and he's like, doesn't want. I was like, it's not about. I mean, first of all, I cannot say nothing. Yeah. But I told him, like, it's not about you having to know who your biological father is. It's just that it will finish the puzzle that you have. Whatever the fuck you say, you have a puzzle in your head. Yeah. You cannot say, oh no, I'm cool. Yeah, you are cool in general. You're not like some emotional, the broken child. Maybe it didn't affect you that hard, but it did leave an effect, no matter what it is. Yeah. So like, and you have something to find out. So just go find it out. Just not to like, nobody said you got to chill with the guy. Just so you know, maybe also like you said, disease. Maybe you have a kid. Maybe it's a history of family. You know, even if it's that, anything. Just so you know where you come from. He still he doesn't want to. But
I got a lot of people that I know that got the same issue. They don't know their father. They don't know. They might be adopted. Some people are in the same boat as me. We share these stories, and it's like, but most of the time, out of 10 of those people, 8 of them took that step, and 8 of them are better for it. Like, they tell me, like, there's some horror stories, like what they found out. Like, they might be dead already or whatever.
That's fucked. But that stuff already happened. You can't change it.
But now they know.
Yeah,
and
that's
because
the thing.
They know they can move on. Like, they can really move on.
That is the thing.
And that's what I want. It's not even about, like,
but I can also imagine being it very traumatizing and scary to even step.
It is. This is one of the hardest steps I would ever. I'm telling you, this is for me harder than even going to basic training. You know what I mean? Basic training, we didn't know what was coming. Yeah. We just saw horror stories and stuff like that.
Heard shit.
But you know, but this is like, I don't know, because there's so many variables. Like, do you want to find out? Like, what are you going to find out? Like, how is it going to affect you?
Some fucking movie shit.
So it is. And I'm like, yo, no, hold up. This is my movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm my character in there, and my character right now is missing this piece of the puzzle. Like, so I don't even know. Like, I know for a part of me, I go do this, take this step, figure this stuff out, right? And then it takes me to another a higher level of consciousness inside myself. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then growth. You know, I'll be thinking like that. Like, okay, I do that, and then I like turn into like a superhero or something. Like, I'm like, yo, I feel fulfilled. I feel like whole. You know what I mean? Yeah. When you feel empty in any way, life can make you feel empty in any way. You know. But when you feel these voids and these gaps for yourself,
full, complete,
and then you're full, you can move on.
True.
Like, I like telling my story. Like, you know, I'm adopted, blah blah blah. The only part of the story I don't like speaking of too much is I haven't took that step.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I want to. Definitely I want to. Like, there's no part of me that
if you're down for maybe making a documentary out of it, if you're feeling comfortable, I would love to do that.
Bro, I'm not, look, listen, I ain't shy on camera. I ain't shy on microphone. You know what I'm saying?
Story-wise.
Yeah, I do. I think because in a way, and it depends on how it's told, for me, it's how
I would just follow you. You do your shit, I'm just following you.
And how much, but
we don't know how it's going to end.
We don't know how it's going to, what it's going to be, but how much, I don't know how much of that people seeing that is going to help people in the same situation. You know, it's going to like give them the confidence to do the same thing. They might be like, oh man, okay, it's not like the way he depicted it or the way he went through that. You know what I mean? There's going to be some ups and downs, but it's like
you never know. Like I said, you maybe call your mom and she says, "Yeah, wait, I can call this hospital." Then she calls you 2 days after and she gives you the full name.
It's gonna. I think.
You know what I mean? It can be that, or it can be a 2-year process.
I would definitely want to like. With my mom, be face to face when I present this to her.
Were your parents in the States?
So my mom and my dad are divorced. They were divorced since I was 14, right? But my mother, she's living in Maryland still, and my dad, straight chilling. What up, pops? And you over there in Thailand, bro. He's like a king of a town or something like that. You know what I mean? Like he got that double pension money out there in Thailand.
Oh shit, that's what my grandma has, but she's not double, it's triple.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So they chill, and then when you go move to a country, you don't have to spend that much. You balling out of country, the whole town eating. You know what I mean?
He don't give no fucks.
He don't care. But he switched to Buddhism like a while ago.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so he's very healthy. He's always been a healthy man. Like I would say it was always stretching and taking care of his knees because it was an airborne, so it messed up his knees. So after that, he would like always do that. He loves playing golf, which is not an extraneous sport. It's not a strenuous sport.
I never understood golf.
Hey, golf is golf.
But I never tried it.
But it's a game of patience for real. Yeah.
Yeah, you know when I started looking into golf when Michael Jordan documentary came out, and then they talk shit ton about golf, and they said that there's a certain thing with golf, you feel that freedom. I mean, I never tried golf, so I cannot say anything. But just looking at it, I was like, it doesn't look fun.
Yeah, he wanted me to be like. He wanted me to like be Tiger Woods. I remember he trying to like get me to always golf or be like Tiger Woods or whatever.
But that's rich people's sport, isn't it?
It is. It costs money, but he's got a new adoptive son. He's not new. He's been around already like 8 years. But he plays golf really freaking good.
His adopted son.
Yo, ridiculously good.
Okay.
Like if
how do you even get into playing golf?
You just go.
Just sign up.
It's like tennis, bro.
Yeah,
it's like
tennis is another rich sport.
I mean,
tennis. And when I was a kid, tennis was like, whoa.
Well, in the States, you have a lot of open tennis courts. And
stuff.
You
have. Yeah, you can just like the most cost would be the racket and the balls, right? But if you wanted to be like professional, you'd have to like put them in training and all of that stuff.
All those individuals. Yeah.
So golf is like, I think my dad was training him mostly. And then after he got good or whatever, then he put him in a club, and then he got into the circuit. Like he's actually playing in the circuit right now, like like a lower circuit or whatever. But he's ranked high.
That's pretty cool.
So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. But then I told my dad, I was like, yeah, okay, you got the golf player now. You living your dreams through that. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? You heard about Kaylee, what she's doing right now? Yeah. We're going to the Olympics, dog. We're going to the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yeah, she's still doing good with the gymnastics. I was like, going Olympics, bro. You know what I mean? So, but
you gotta pick.
No, I know. I was just checking it out.
What, I gotta do random right here?
You gotta.
No, we have to find a way to wait a second before you do it. We have to find a way to ease it in.
No, there is. It's nothing to ease. It's no prepared. It's how life
Kevin basically did this thing. He started doing it since last episode, where he writes a random question.
Wait, is it 2?
You should only have 1.
F it, man. You know what? No, it's 1. Okay. Dang, 1. Kevin. That's a big
old roll, he writes a random question. Nobody knows what it is except Kevin, and we gotta. What is the question?
I don't know what the question is. He just picked it out.
So the
bullshit. You were crying in your bedroom writing it.
Matter of fact, here, one of y'all asked me the question.
I'll read it. So, if you had to describe yourself as an animal, which one would it be?
Oh, I had this question 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm really still into dragons, bro. I'm I feel like I'm a dragon spirit.
Okay. Is that because of Korea influence?
Nah,
they have a lot of dragons in their art.
Yeah.
That's more Japan.
No, but Korea took my.
Yeah, Korea too as well.
Really, man. I mean, like when I was younger, but now, like as older, like I just feel like that because it's like I'm very calm. Like you know me, right? So I'm very calm, right? But
mystical.
Yeah, there's very you're mystical, but there's also like that point where like there's certain things that get to me, you know what I'm saying? And if like you get to me to that point, like you cross this imaginary boundary with me or whatever, but it's my boundary, right? And you don't respect that boundary.
Then you go ape shit crazy.
Then I gotta breathe fire on your ass. Like you got, but not like to harm you, but you feel that burn. Like if you see a dragon, and then like he's calm, right? But then if you like sum up, dragons don't automatically just breathe the whole fire and burn everybody to a crisp. They like just breathe it a little bit. Like you be like, oh nah, bro. Okay, I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Are you into astrology?
Yes.
Are you fire?
I don't. You actually.
You don't know?
I don't know exactly what I am. I mean, fire. Like I have a lot of like, I would say, built up energy all the time. Like
but as far as your stars, what are your signs?
My sign is Capricorn.
Capricorn.
Yeah.
Do you know other signs? I mean, I'm not. Keep in mind, I'm no expert. I don't know shit. But like
what Capricorn?
Yeah, like ascendant. Do you know ascendants and shit? You know that shit or no? Or you just know your star sign?
Yeah, just my star sign.
That's a sun. Yeah.
Yeah. So
because you can determine by like sun ascendants and this and that.
Yeah.
This determines
that's like with the latitude and everything.
Yeah, and then this determines whether you are air or, for example, I'm air or water or earth or fire. Like the one of these 4 elements. So it would be pretty funny if you would be fire and then dragon.
That's interesting. We gotta look that up.
We gotta
look it up. But yeah, that's. I mean, yeah, dragon is just like, that's it. And people are like, Cory, I don't see you. I was like, you don't want to see me breathe like fire. Like that's me, because that means you really got to me. Like I don't get easily bothered or really upset about.
But when you do,
things.
once that tip,
But once that tip is there, I will
run.
I will, yeah.
Do you have like a dragon tattoo, like on your stomach going down?
I got 0 tats, bro. 0 tats, bro. Now I got this dragon necklace that I got from AZ, right? This was like years back.
Is AZ the film good? The camera dude?
No, that's Richard.
No, that's Richard.
Yeah, that's Richard. That's Richard Porter. Mask and Glam. Shout out to Mask and Glam. AZ is the flamboyant rapper, right? The like.
Oh wait, not the AZ from the '90s.
No.
Okay, because I was like, what?
Yeah. Nah, he's actually coming out with an album coming out soon too.
But he gave you the dragon necklace.
Sorry.
Yeah, actually, I was in his old place in Beavers, I remember, and I came down from Baumholder. So me, Elaine, and Kaylee were visiting the family here. And then I was like, yo, I need 1 weekend to go down because I want to record some music or whatever. So I went down, and it was in May. I think May the 10th I went down because RJ's birthday is May 11th. Yeah, May the 10th I went down. And then me and AZ was kicking it, and we were going to record our first song. So we picked a beat. Right, it took a minute. We picked a beat, and then we
it took a minute. Wow, that's fast.
Yeah, like I mean, a minute isn't like it took more like 30 minutes, right? So we was chilling, and then he was in the room getting ready, and he was like, "Yeah, just chill and play the beat and vibe out, blah blah." And I saw this like on the mic, this dragon necklace hanging, right? And I was like, "Yo, this joint's tight, man." And I was like, "Yo, I feel like Ghostface Killer right now." Right? So I took the dragon necklace because it's like this big.
Yeah.
So I took it. I was like, I put it on. And then I was just rocking it, and AZ, he's like, I was like, yo, this joint is dope, son. He was like, yeah, you like that? So yeah, he's like, yo, man, go ahead, yo, that's yours. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, you could keep that right there, and it's heavy. It ain't no like, And I was like, are you sure? He's like, yo, that's you, man. I don't even with dragons like that, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's you. That you feel like that, boom. So I was like, oh. Then I was like having this dragon necklace, and
we meant to be together.
So, and then we recorded our song, and then RJ came the next day, and we recorded a song with the 3 of us, titled 11, because all of our birthdays fall on the 11th day of the month. So
it all fit together.
Yes.
Just like this is the 11th episode of whatever podcast.
You know what I'm saying? So
and 11 is your favorite number.
Straight up. So that's but like
that all plays together.
That's still one of my favorite tracks. It was RJ's birthday, which is May 11th, right? So it was his birthday.
Look at the numerology coming down here.
But yeah, that's when I got the dragon necklace, and we kicked it, and then I went back up and then did my family thing, and then we flew out like a week later or something. But yeah, man, dragon. If you ask me, that's it. Dragon is it. I know some dudes be like, "Yo, I'm a lion," right? And I have the dudes that be telling me I'm a lion. I'm like, "Yo, bro, you know you ain't no lion, bro. You be lying that you a lion. You ain't no lion, bro. Don't even try that. You know what I'm saying? True. You know, I'd be like, "Yo, come on, be real with yourself, bro." But for real, like that dragon spirit, bro. I feel that like super.
Some
heavy.
people are like, "Yo, you more like a chihuahua."
Yeah, chihuahua.
Kevin, what about you?
No, the question is actually for our guest.
Man, come on, son.
Come on. Potato.
Okay, big head. Let's see. I would say.
But wait, what do you? No, not what you want to be. What you think you are.
Yeah. If you would say what you are as an animal, so.
Yo, I have so many animals. I would put it on him.
I would say
a rhino.
A rhino.
No, Hayes is a rhino.
Oh yeah. Okay, Hayes, yeah.
I would say like really a panther.
Panther.
Black Panther.
Yes. Yeah, gotta be Black Panther, bro.
I mean, of course.
I'm not gonna do no fucking snow leopard.
Yeah. Snow leopard. But why the panther though?
Why the panther?
Panther because I sit back, I observe. You know, I can attack. I'm beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It's got that mystical look. It's like it's midnight.
But Panther is fast and you're kind of slow.
What do you think about me, yo? I swear, I was in the army. You said you're afraid of the army. I went to school for basketball. You don't even play sports.
Oh man,
that's crazy.
No, I'm fucking with you.
So
Panther?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, Black Panther.
That fits.
Well, what's up with you?
I even got a tattoo. That was actually like my second tattoo.
And what animal are you in bedroom?
Bedroom.
Black Panther.
No, I really want to.
I don't know.
Gorilla.
That's a different question. That question might be in there.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, it's not.
Oh, funny.
What's up with you, Bruno?
I don't know. I really don't know. Some animal that is chaos.
That's chaotic?
Wolverine?
No, not like that. I would say I'm some sort of a bird. Yeah, I would say bird.
Papagayo?
Yeah, papagayo.
I would say I'm a bird, some sort of a bird. I don't know which bird, but like, because I don't know, man. I'm not into
like a strong bird or like a chill bird?
No, I'm not like a jackal or something. No, yeah. I'm more of a
hummingbird.
No, I'm more of a bird that's like I don't know. I'm some.
You're
sort
like
of
a
bird.
pigeon.
Yo.
A pigeon, bro.
Yeah, but that might
trying
be
to be in a mix of everything.
Yeah, that might be true. Yeah.
Close to the city, and you know.
I think I might be pigeon.
Sitting high up.
I mean, if I was a pigeon, my perfect spot would be then New York. So.
Yeah. So you got to be high up on the nice buildings and shit.
Yeah,
shitting on people.
all up on
like your music sucks.
Hey, or you be all up on Nas's Stillmatic album cover, bro.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
I might be pigeon though.
Yeah, might fit it perfect. Like everything sucks.
Yeah,
you suck. Everything sucks.
Yeah, but a beautiful pigeon, not them fucking great.
Oh, like you owned by Mike Tyson, like he got you
like a nice pigeon, like a clean pigeon.
The white ones with the
There's a lot of money for pigeons.
I don't want to be no dirty gray pigeon.
City pigeon.
No, not city. No.
The ones that
fly and shit.
The ones at the no Bahnhof pigeon.
Yeah, no Bahnhof pigeon, bro. I want to be some West End pigeon. You know.
I was actually picturing you being on like the crackhead street, the pigeons, like picking up the rock. Walking around. I don't know. I got a deadline.
Let's get to it.
Shit. Crazy.
Oh, that's funny.
That's a good way to end. Yeah, we should do this at the end.
Yo, hold up. I'm gonna keep it real, man. I want one more question, bro. Anybody did 2 questions before?
Time's up, bitch.
Oh, man, come on, son.
Yeah, do one. Do another one.
Let's do one more, man.
Come on, it's. By the way, this is for those of you who are listening. Wow, you survived 2 hours and 15 minutes.
For real.
But what I wanted to say is for those of you who are listening, we're going to be taking a break just 1 week maybe or 2 weeks during this Christmas time. Kevin, when are you going to visit your pops?
Right on Christmas.
So we maybe can No, I kind of like the fact that Cory is our last one for this season. Yeah. We can call it a season, no?
Yeah, you can call it a season.
So, guys, maybe this is the last one until January.
Yes.
Yo.
Lockdown.
That's a good one. That's a good one? Yeah.
Kevin is reading again?
Yeah.
Oh, what is your biggest fear?
Wow, this is gonna be another 2 hours.
Let's just make it quick. Let's make this one quick. So mine is
but the fact is that we're not gonna post an episode for maybe 2 weeks, so maybe they can spread like 6 hours.
Why not? Mine is heights, bro.
Oh, heights? Really? For real?
Yeah. Like I've always had an issue with heights. Not like this. You know what I mean? Like I'm talking about yeah, I'm gonna have a bitch moment right now, but like roller coasters, man.
Oh, for real?
Like I would go on it with you.
Not even a satisfaction that you know it's about to be done in a minute?
Nah, son. Okay. Like I would go with you. You gotta amp me up. Like you gotta be my hype man. Yeah. Like the whole time. Like, yo, son, come on, son. Don't act like a man. You know what I'm saying? Let's make this move right now. Blah blah blah. The last time I went on a roller coaster was with my ex-brother-in-law. Yo, shout out to him. We went, I think, here, in Germany. And name a park.
Europa Park.
It might have been Holiday Park or Europa Park, right? But we went on this joint. He was like, "Yo, we sitting in the front." I was like, "Yo, hold up, bro." I said,
if I was to sit, I would like to sit. If I was going to roller coaster,
you might as well go in the front.
Yeah,
I was like,
if I'm already dying, I want to go.
Yeah. So I was like, "Yo," you already know I'm already tripping about it. Then you want to sit in the front. He's like, "Yo, man, you gotta conquer your fears something right now. Let's get up on it." So we went there. We had our fitteds on. We was always rocking the same like type of fitteds. He rocked LA, I rocked New York or whatever, right? And then we would rock this, and then but we had to take them off because the guy was like, "Yo, it's gonna fly off and y'all lose your head." We was like, "Oh hell no!" We put it away. Man, we went there, bro. The joint only lasted a minute for sure. God dang, bro. My adrenaline was pumping. And then you know that part where you take
Some people pass out, even.
Yeah. I didn't pass out.
I'm scared of passing out.
I didn't pass. I was like, had my eyes closed in the beginning. And he was like, yo, open your eyes, man. Come on. That's how you're going to get rid of this, right?
Ride,
and then I opened it. I was like, oh, and then right when I opened it, it was like at the apex, right? I was like, and then you know that part where you take your picture?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, I had a bitch picture, right? So he did a hard pose, right?
Yeah.
And I was like that. And then we took the picture. He was like, man, look at you, bro. He's like, I don't know, bro. I don't know what's that you be claiming, bro, but this ain't it right here. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, fuck you, man. You know I don't even put roller coasters like that, right? So he was like, you want to go again? I was like, hell no. We got to go check on the kids. He's like, oh, now you want to check on the kids. And you know, they want to check on the kids.
Responsible daddy.
Yeah.
Yo, if you have this picture, send it to me so I can put it in a YouTube video.
I would, you know what? I gotta ask. I'm going to reach out to Mike. It was crazy is he actually tried to just call me during the show.
Oh,
but I didn't know if it was cool to like, you know what I mean? So he actually tried to call me during the show.
Yeah, ask him if you have a picture, maybe I can put it in the YouTube part.
Yeah,
so shout out our YouTube viewers.
Yeah, shout out to Michael Lagunos. He's a first sergeant now, this dude, man.
I just got a problem when I go with heights that I just want to jump. Like I have an inner feel that I need to.
Yes.
I want to fly.
Yeah, that's my problem. But this is something.
So I don't. It's something in me that's like I know I'm afraid of it a little.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like intrigued.
Me too.
Like
I have the same shit.
Like I really want to see. I know what is gonna happen.
Do you imagine it?
Yeah,
falling?
I imagine not just falling, but like kind of floating. You know, and I know at a certain point, like. Okay, I'm gonna hit the ground. I'm not gonna live. It's not that I'm thinking I'm like He-Man, Superman type shit, that I'm really gonna fly. But I think those brief seconds of 4 or 5 seconds of me floating is all I need. I don't know why I have this inner feeling.
I have the same thing every time.
I'm scared of myself.
Yeah, me too. Every time I'm on a high, because I'm filming a lot, so I get to go to a lot of crazy. Last time we were here at the Skyline in Frankfurt, and we were up. There was no fence. There was literally like a wall that was like half a meter.
That's it.
Like if you trip, you it's very dangerous. They didn't allow us to even. The guy told us please don't go there. But I was like, man, please, I just need to get a shot. So, but I got the shot. It was Anyway, and every time I'm.
Is done.
So does that mean that is done?
I don't know.
Well, I thought your phone can survive, bro. So
we just did.
So yeah, bro. See what happens, man, when I fucking listen to you. Hey, guys, I don't know if it's a recording. If it is, cool. If not, drop it in the comments. Fuck you, Kevin.
Yeah.
It's Kevin's fault if you don't see the video.
What's your biggest fear? You're the battery running out.
Yeah. No, but what I wanted to have the same thing. I have the same thing because I'm literally, like you said, I'm intrigued intrigued by it. I'm scared shitless about it, but I'm also intrigued by it and I want to look at it. But the problem is I literally can imagine, you know when you're manifesting and when you smell it and taste it, like feel it, I literally feel the air going through my clothes and I even feel like smashing and my bone shattering, my head, I feel everything. Like if I look down, I imagine the complete fall. So I imagine the flying part, but I also imagine the bone shattering, and then I have this like moment, and then I just like don't look at it. But every time I'm on the heights, I always have this thing. I'm not scared of the heights, but I'm just like when we were at the skyscraper at the rooftop, I remember that I was not feeling comfortable standing, so I constantly wanted to. So I was not standing.
You wanted
straight.
to get closer to the ground.
Yeah, I wanted to be closer to the ground because it was also very fucking windy. So I was constantly like crouching and shit. I was moving like.
Oh like wow,
Because I don't know, I didn't fucking want to trip. It's you definitely feel you're high up. It's a weird feeling.
Yeah, that's pretty high, bro. That's kind
bro,
of that's high.
It was adrenaline definitely kicked in.
So real quick, my fear would have to be close spaces.
Like claustrophobia?
Claustrophobia?
In a way.
Yeah.
But it's also like not just with spaces, it's also like with a
bunch of people.
Yeah. And like it could be as simple as like a hug.
Yeah.
And like I'll feel in that moment like I can't breathe for some reason. If somebody's like putting any kind of pressure on like my whole breathing neck area thing, and like it's not even a physical thing, it's also a subconscious thing where I'm really feeling like somebody's just
like you feeling suffocated.
Yeah. So it's not just claustrophobia and the physical thing, it's also suffocation. Like you know, like both. It's all connected.
That makes sense why he don't show up to a lot of my parties. Now this shit makes sense, right? Now I don't even have to ask like, yo, why Kevin ain't showing up, right? Like, yo, nah, Kevin, hey, listen, bro, it's like 200 people, bro. When do I do a 50-person party, I'ma holla at you, right?
Better two people.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I have the same thing. I do have claustrophobia, some sort of it. For example,
so that's your fear?
No, my fear is basically getting sickness, as in like something like cancer.
Oh, okay.
Or going blind, losing
a sense,
any sense, or getting cancer or something or going crazy. Like my worst fear is going crazy in the head, like going hospitalized,
like having dementia or something.
Yeah, I'm really scared of that. This is my biggest fear, and all this like cancer or dying, everything is connected. So this is definitely my biggest fear. But I do have a sense of a little claustrophobia. I got stuck in an elevator once. I watched there's that movie. There's two movies. One is when the guys. There's so many movies and TV shows when they bury someone alive.
Yeah.
Every time I watch something like this, I still can watch the film, but I feel my pulse, boom, 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 boom. And that film, 127 Hours, when the guy got... bro, I barely watched it because my claustrophobia was fucking kicking in. Even when Born was finished, when we were driving, when we were at the car, when I was next to Nora, like I was trying to play it cool, but like I was like this, and I felt, it's not the problem being in closed space. For me, it's like this suffocating thing. I remember like Nora's like this, I'm like this, and I'm like...
that panic
coming in, and then like I just need fresh air. I just need like I want to and I'm like this.
Then you got like that He-Man strength all of a sudden. Like I need to get out.
Yeah. Once we did a event, like a party, and we were going home. It was too much of us in the car, and I actually passed out for a small 2 seconds because of the claustrophobia. Yeah. Because I was tight like this, and I felt, everything was cool, but like I just felt I couldn't breathe, and I think I hyperventilated or something, and I just did.
You put yourself out.
I put myself out, but I was like, and then I remember I passed out, and we had like another 10 minutes driving, and I was like, yo, fuck that shit, I'm getting myself an Uber, and I walked out.
Oh shit, damn, that's rough, bro. Yeah, like I don't think I have a little tiny bit of claustrophobia, right? But I force myself to work through that, like especially in the military and stuff like that.
I think that also plays a part.
Like, I forced myself, like we had like this one training site in Germany here in Germany. I forgot what the place was called, but we would always go there.
Ramstein? No, Milsec.
No. It was a whole nope.
Oh.
It was a whole different spot. I'm trying to, but they had it set up to where you're training for going down to like Afghanistan and Iraq for close quarters battles and all this stuff, right? Okay. So they had these buildings, and the buildings had like 4 floors, and then they had the basement, and in the basement they had like a tunnel.
Oh shit!
That would connect you to the other. So if you knew what you were doing,
I don't know if I would go through.
So I was like,
small tunnel, like not that.
Just a sewer tunnel,
space.
Like a prone.
Yeah, but you know you got your gear and all of that. So by the time you go in there with your weapon and stuff, it's
nothing.
Gonna be, like, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that, bro. I'm gonna do it, bro. And then like and then we did it a nighttime like raid, right?
Yeah.
So you put the flashlight in there, you're fucked. They're gonna see it, right?
Yeah.
So I had to go like
black, everything black.
Yeah, chem light. So I would take a couple chem lights, crack one, go like that, tuck it, be moving, and then once I got to a crossway where you can choose which way you want to go, I take that chem light and I chuck it down to one, so it would they would think someone's coming that way.
Yeah.
Then I break another chem light, I go the other way, and then I was doing that, and then I took out no joke, I took out like 3 people in each building, and nobody knew where I was at. They didn't know.
And then that's pretty fucking cool.
Then I went out of one building, went to the wood line, stepped back to my platoon. And then or my squad, and I was like, yeah, bro, I just took out like 6 people, bro. But now I was like that building number 1 has only got like maybe like 5 enemies. The other one got like, so I was doing reconnaissance too, because I could hear them.
Yeah.
So and then because at night everybody's trying to be quiet,
and
so
they can hear you. That's crazy.
Yeah, one. The ones in the basement, the floor, they would come down, right?
Yeah.
But as soon as they come down,
boom, boom.
Yo, I come up. Boom, boom. I didn't even come out. I didn't even come out the tunnel. Like I just came out the tunnel a little bit, and I was able to angle my weapon like this way or this way.
Yeah, pop.
And I just pop. I was like, and then they would. If you die, you can't say. You can't be like, oh, you're done.
Yeah.
So then I would dip back out, go to the other joint, do the same thing.
You did. Was it airsoft or laser? Or?
We had the laser. We had the laser. So you hear people getting popped, but you
can do, because I didn't play
laser tag.
No.
Lasers. Oh, paintball.
Yeah, no. I when I was in Croatia, I used to do airsoft. I was pretty serious about it, and then I never played it here. Is there a spot?
Over Germany.
Oh, with the BBs, you mean?
It can be with the BB guns, or it can be like a proper airsoft.
That's just probably like an hour away from here.
Yeah, they have these.
But but also the thing is, like, you cannot, like, you gotta go with the crew that's like, for example, I want to go with friends of mine, but they just want to fucking run and shoot random shit, and I used to play it very professional.
Like professional?
Yeah, I got you, like codes and shit.
Yeah, I'm down, bro.
Let's do it.
I'm down, bro. Like, if it's me, you, Kevin, and then one more person that's got some, like, bro, I'm down, bro.
Because like I wanted to go with them, and we went laser tag.
Yeah.
And and Tony was he's an assistant to a general now in DC.
Yeah.
And I expected him being all combat and shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, we went to playing laser tag before, let's say, because we said first we're gonna go laser tag, then we're gonna go paintball, then we're gonna go airsoft, because others didn't want to get hurt and shit. So we were like, okay, let's do first laser tag. But when I saw them playing laser tag, bro, there's no coordination, there's no, like, I told them, like, yo, if we played airsoft or paintball, no, you would get so hurt because you're playing you're playing recklessly, and so I don't want to just go shoot around, because we can then buy it and then go here to a woods and fuck around, But no, I'm looking for something like really like tactical. Like, okay, that's a mission. This is the rules. We got to, and it's like a 10-hour, 12-hour game. I'm talking about.
Yeah, like a legitimate
thing.
Rounds and
we don't have to do no tournaments and shit. I just want to, because for me, it's not fun for me to fuck around. I'm already spending money. I want to do a proper shit. Yeah. So that's why. Is there a cruise?
Yeah.
Because you guys were in the army, so maybe you're.
I mean, they had
hooked up.
I mean, we could find that easy, bro. Like I can holler at some of the sergeants that I know on post, because they got to go do these trainings, right?
Yeah, and they usually do it with BB guns or airsoft.
Or paint.
Yes. Oh, they do it with paint as well?
Yes, I did it. I did a training session with paint. Okay. Yo, this place was like, they had like the tunnels. They had makeshift buildings. They had like berms, and we did like capture the flag.
Yeah, we had this. Yeah,
but then they had this those like golf carts, but like they made for, like they're really like four wheel, like they really.
No, I don't know.
Yo, so they in the back.
No, I know them, but we didn't have them.
And then in the back they had the prop. where it's like two.
They literally have a fucking war game basically, like a full on fucking war.
You can go like that. Like
we had close. I did one. I did a lot of close combat.
Yeah.
And then I did two like where I did one 24-hour.
Oh wow.
It was the worst shit ever. It was no fun at all.
Then they had the Connexes. Right, they used that and they gutted them, and then they made like levels inside. Like
this is usually close quarters.
So they had the close quarters open, everything. So it
was complete like a mix. Like it was like a real fucking war. Like you went to fucking Iraq or something.
Yeah.
Shit. Wow.
Yeah. It's like they have these places, and it's not just for the military. They like let paintball teams come.
Yeah, usually it's like team building shit. I would love to do it.
I think it was like 70 euros.
Yeah, the place where I went to was like,
but it's 70 euros to play. But I think you also got to pay. You also got to pay the ammo.
No, this was included when I went.
Yeah,
but usually what I had when in Croatia, you pay, let's say 70, and you have maybe like 100 rounds in, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, like 100 rounds for 3 hours is nothing, bro. You know, I'm not shooting out. I'm not stupid.
You have to buy the refill here too, just the same.
Yeah, so you gotta buy a refill. But then when you count the refills, when you count the ammo,
it's an expensive.
Is it your gun? Is it not your gun? What about the outfit? Like it gets expensive.
It gets expensive. I mean, if you just going for fun and you rent their stuff and blah blah blah. Like, I mean, not for fun, but like you rent this stuff. Like, I'm not gonna buy all this stuff. You know what I mean?
Bro, I ain't got no money for that shit.
So we rent it, blah blah. I think everybody, if we all was like, yo, we all got 200 euros a piece.
But there's also a package. I think. Like if we go as a team, then you as a team pay 300 euros, and it's like 50 per.
That's what I'm saying. So, but you need
at least over six, 8 people.
Yeah. But look, two of you were in military. Hayes was in military. I would love to do. I played it, so are you guys down?
I'm down, bro. We gotta.
I mean, now it's Corona.
If it's, I know, but I mean, if you got Hayes, that's 4, and then if
Hayes, I'm scared of Hayes going crazy and shit. You're gonna fucking, bomb, bro. This is a fucking real bomb. I don't fucking care.
Yo, Hayes is the one I would want on the battlefield with me. Like, yo, bro,
I actually went with a couple people from Wiesbaden. I went with Dana and like a couple people. They go a lot though.
Yeah.
Like they had their own guns, and then like always did like a quarterly thing, like every 3 months. Then the people.
Are you guys down? Let's do it.
I'm down. I'm as soon as we're able to.
But maybe it's even. You know what? I got surprised. Like a lot of shit is actually abled.
Because it's in an open area, like a large open area.
Well, that is definitely not now. And if nothing's open now.
Yeah, but okay, but like maybe but we're not gonna do it now, Chris. But like if it's a 6v6, 12v12 on an open area, anyway, you got a fucking mask on.
You got the mask, you got the distance,
and you got the fucking gloves and shit. So like there's, it's even safer than a fucking this podcast, you know. So I would definitely be down for it.
Research that shit, and then let's see how much it costs.
But I think you would know better than me, because all I can do is like put airsoftingermany.com.
I'm gonna
paintball.
Let's say you research that.
We can do paintball or airsoft. I don't care.
You research that normal, and I'm gonna holler at my buddies on the military, and then I'm gonna see like.
I would prefer airsoft, because like airsoft is I'm not into like. I'm as real as it can get. So paintball, paintball is real as
it's also painful.
It's super painful. I think paintball is more painful than a fucking airsoft. No, but like with airsoft, you have like actual you have actually.
You have to reload.
You gotta actually reload. You got stocks. You got fucking like it's more like paintball. You get a fucking bottle of fucking air and shit. It feels a little bit.
And then you gotta like punch in with the balls and stuff. I mean, like we could do that.
I remember they taught me how to. Double tap.
Yeah, it's
a fun sport, but it's expensive.
It can get an addicting. Yeah. If you got a team.
For me, I got lucky because the guy was playing pro with his team, and I had a deal with him, and he was owing me some money. So I was basically going there, shooting with his guns, with everything, and I was using the reloads, the refills from the company, and they would like have tons of balls, tons of bullet. Kevin has it. They would have tons of balls. So they because when you're a team, you get a shipment every 2 weeks. I don't know how it works, but like they got every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I don't know, or a month. They would get literally like a container like a fucking container worth of fucking.
God, like all the equipment and ammo.
No, just the ammo, just the balls, just the airsoft balls. Right? So they would get it every month, but this was because they were like a
professional team.
So when they would have practice, I would just go with him to the practice.
Nice. Okay.
It was a deal. So I got lucky. I got so fucking addicted. I would shoot you when I shoot you and you're like you put your hand up, then I will just for fun shoot you in the hand. I was so in
practice. Yeah, I mean that's a good hobby to have though. I mean like
but to be honest, you know why I did it? Because like watching Black Hawk Down and shit, I felt bad. Not even fucking playing, just when I put the fucking because I had the full on gear with the knee pads and fucking we had a fake
the ammo holders and stuff.
But I had a vest. Mm-hmm. It's not there's no Kevlar obviously in it. But it was a vest for Kevlar, just without the Kevlar in. And I remember the guy, his name is Martin. He told me like, "Why the fuck are you wearing a vest? Because you don't really need one. You can play like this, bro.
Yeah.
You take a mask, obviously, goggles. That's it. You don't need no
protective gear.
No, I mean, you know, and it's on you. Like you.
However you want to rock.
If you want, because usually you have to have your own gloves and shit. You know, they only gotta give you maybe a helmet and goggles and shit. Yeah. And I remember, but I was like, everybody was playing normal, but I was like a full-on fucking Spec Ops and shit. He's like, why the fuck you look like that? Shut up, I feel good.
Oh, shit. Yeah, Call of Duty, bro.
Literally, yeah, bro.
That's what's up.
But we should do it. Let's do it, please.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I mean, I still got my, some of my old military gear, bro. I'll bust that out and go out there. And,
I have not, like, I don't even have a BB.
Like the boots and the.
You still got that?
I got some stuff, yeah.
Okay. I got some stuff. All the way.
I even got the.
Why? Just.
I was done.
I think I even still got a Kevlar.
Oh, Kevlar?
Why my dad has all that stuff.
Kevlar.
The helmet.
A helmet. I heard Kevlar.
That's what we call it, like Kevlar.
Ah, okay.
No. You got the Kevlar.
Okay.
But if you say I got a vest. Yeah. But you say I got a Kevlar.
That
they
means
know
the helmet.
The helmet.
It was like official helmet with the fucking. You can put like a light.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, where you could like unscrew it.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah.
Yo. Yeah. That shit is crazy.
Yeah, and then you gotta
zombie
tighten it. Yo, bro, that joint's crazy, bro. And then I don't know, I got some others like some gloves or some random stuff.
I don't know, but for me, all this gear is so sexy for me.
Bro, the cool thing is they got that spot here in Frankfurt. Yeah. I like to go there, the surplus store.
By the Consti.
I know the guy.
Yo.
I know the guy. Like, I literally know the guy. He told me, like, if you're ever going to do an action film or something where you need guns, usually he don't do it. He told me, like, we can do it if you want.
Bro.
So, like, if I need the guns, for example, like, if, let's say I have a film and there's a shooting scene, I can use his guns. He has BB guns and everything. I know the guy.
Who shot that one? What y'all did when y'all, you and, that was you? Did you film that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and y'all had the props and shit? Like,
Oh, was it the props? No, they just jacked
that kid.
Yeah, they just jacked him. Yeah.
That was with brute force.
Yeah. Yeah, nah, man, that's joint. I was like, yo, man, they doing some gangster shit.
I actually wanna. I'm having a hard time. I always liked action.
Yeah.
But the problem with me is like I'm more of an art house type of a filmmaker, which means all the usual action you would see is just is bullshit.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to do an action that is art, not just like a random just boom boom boom.
Right.
But I was always inspired by action, so I hope to. I'm constantly trying to think of a way of a script or idea which involves some shooting and shit, just because it's so sexy for me. But everything I come up with is like, it sounds like blockbusterish, commercialish.
Like already commercial
shit.
Like
it's I don't know, you know. Like for example, the films that I know that really inspired me, but that's obviously different, like Black Hawk Down and shit like this, but this is obviously a different thing. But I would love to, because also like, you know what a lot of people do short films? They do a short film where Kevin and Hayes are and then they're all geared up. This is not realistic. Geared up for what? From where? You know what I mean? Like, it would be realistic if they just have a 9 on them. That's it. 9mm on them, that's it. That's okay. That's realistic. We can get it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, Kevin and Hayes walking down cities of Frankfurt and they're strapped with the M16s and fucking Kevin. No, bro, that's
just not happening right now.
But a lot of films are like that, you know, and everybody's like, wow, cool. And it's cool. It really looks cool because you can buy. I have a contact with this American company. What they do is so for example, when you get shot, What basically it is, it's a charge. It's an electric charge. You put it down under, and you fill it with the blood paint, and then on the guy has a remote. He clicks it, and then it charges. It explodes, and then you get and it's very realistic because the guy, for example, who's acting one being shot, they don't know when, and when it actually explodes, it hits you. It doesn't hurt at all, but it's like boom. It's a shock. So you don't have this like boom. You really have like a
shock.
You really have a shock.
You acting more. Yeah.
And also what they have, for example, in the scenes when somebody's behind the wall and then you hear all these particles and they have this paintball guns, and there's like paintballs which they are filled with, and then you have different things, dust. It depends where you shoot. If you shoot on a wall, they have for a wall. They have a dust. Then you have for the ground. They have for the glass. And this, for example, they have one where they put 50% Vaseline and 50% glitter. And then that's for the glass. So if you want to show that the glass is... so if I'm shooting at the car, then I can shoot it at the car, and then it looks like it's glass shattered. And then you just put the glass that's,
break the glass.
Yeah, and the after effects. And so you can do it so easy. It's on a budget. Because I found the ways to do it. So you can do it really... because I don't like having a BB guns, or not even pro. BB guns is actually realistic. But like having plastic guns, and then you're like pretending like you're shooting, then you put a muzzle flash. Nah, bro. And you can do it, But
that's what's up. That's some action shit.
Yeah.
Some action shit. Real talk.
3 hours almost.
Real talk.
But it's a good talk, man. Fuck, for nobody listening, they can go fuck themselves.
Hey, man. Listen, man. The whatever podcast back in. So when are you y'all gonna start back up right after the
I guess
lockdowns over?
It depends when Kevin is back.
Yeah. After New Year's.
Yeah, after New Year's, Now, technically, 23rd, next Wednesday, when we usually record, is 23rd, which means we can pop one in. And then usually we release on Sunday. But the thing is, I don't have any plans for Christmas. But however, I don't want to fucking edit.
Yeah.
I don't want to. So I think that this year, the last one. And by the way, in our Buzzsprout thing, they say you can have seasons. So basically, this can be season 1.
You should just make this a first season 1 and then go on, because you got a nice little break and
season 2. I mean, it's not like the only way you can see it's a season 2 is on my dashboard. It's not like you can see season 1, season 2. It's just maybe they implement it later. But I think we're gonna take a break maybe till January, and then depends. When are you back?
One day before New Year's.
Okay.
What are your plans for New Year's?
Man, I ain't planning on doing nothing, bro. I don't want nothing. If anything, I'll go. If someone invite me to their house, I'll kick it and get toe up with them, and then that's it. But I ain't trying to do no fireworks and all this.
No. I was never about that.
New Year's is done, bro.
I wanted Christmas and New Year's to be done, but
Yeah, my big Grinch.
Almost got it.
My pocket was telling me that today. I was
bro, my pocket is telling me now for next 2 Christmases.
No, don't do it. But the lockdown goes till the 10th, right? The 10th of January, and then the day after is my birthday. So the 11th. 11th. So I'm like, man, do I sleep?
It would be pretty cool if we had a episode 11th on the 11th of January. That'd be pretty fun. 1-1-1-1.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
You could put it out yo.
Cory, thank you for coming, man.
Hey, man, it was a pleasure.
Bro. It was a
pleasure.
I like this. It was random talk and stuff.
Hopefully the video is still going right now.
Yeah, I mean it's red, so I guess it's still going. Anyway, guys, thank you for listening. This was podcast whatever, episode 11. Peace.
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 Peace.